What's up, everybody? It's Ed, aka Chef Rico, from Get to Know Podcast. I'm here with my co-host
Don with Forever Focus Media, and listen, we got a doozy for our first episode. For me, this is a major episode.
the world's most interesting man.
Man, listen, the world's most interesting man, a GOAT. And it had a lot of people through his organization, 215 Swag. He's now branching over to 77 football battleground.
It's just battle.
Just battle
sports. I do stuff with playmakers with battle sports.
Battle sports. A father.
You want to say
The connector. The connector.
the plug.
The plug.
The conduit.
Conduit, all of the above. Dale Jackson on the scene.
Appreciate you for coming, man.
Absolutely.
No, thank you for having me. I know this is been some time to get it together. You guys reached out before, and I told y'all when y'all was ready. I was ready. So
Yeah, this is 4 years in the making, people. So
Yeah.
here we are, right? So Dale, man, again, thank you for being on and just taking the time out, coming here, doing. I know we all got stuff going on, but we appreciate you for being here.
no problem.
It's funny for me because when he said, "Yeah, we're gonna do Dell first," I said, "Yeah, Dell is perfect because you on the scene, but you're a mystery. Like a lot of people don't really know about your upbringing, and
I like it like that.
it's like kind of like I said, you just popped up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we do gotta get into your backstory. So like, where are you originally from?
So I grew up in East Falls Projects.
Right.
So 4363 Crestwell Street. It ain't there no more, you know what I mean? So I can get an address. They just knocked it down, blew it up, the whole nine.
Right.
Yeah, East Falls Projects.
How long was you there for? Like, what was that? And what was that like? Like compared to, I'm pretty sure after that, like you said, it was blown up. But how was that compared to like other neighborhoods that you then moved into after the fact?
Like most people, you don't know what you don't know. So as a kid, it don't matter kind of what you grow up in.
Yeah.
Well, and I didn't grow. I'm not trying to sit here and paint this picture like I grew up in Squaw because I didn't. We was in the Jets, but it wasn't that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I told everybody, we grew up in Riverfront Projects.
Right.
You go right to Ridge Avenue, right across, it's Schuylkill River right there.
Right.
So we was like the last line of defense before you got to Roxborough and Manioc
Right.
and all that stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm not here to paint a picture
You're
like
not
I grew up.
empowered.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like
Yeah,
Like-
Pop would not.
yeah, no, my mom was president. You know, my papa shit right around, you know where we at right now, right around the corner at Abbotsford Projects.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
you know, so piggybacking off of that, right? Because I always want to know, like, I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I got multiple businesses, still trying to build more. You like the ultimate entrepreneur. Like, did that come from your pop? Like, was he like the ultimate hustler, or that's just something that you just adapted to as you got older?
I'm not gonna say that he provided for his family.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in terms of my dad, a working man.
Right.
So it was never like you said, the entrepreneur,
Right.
hustling and stuff like that. That wasn't his way.
Right.
You
So
know,
you just
but I don't think he had just to keep it 100, the opportunity to do those things. You know, you have a kid at 17, you got to put food on the table.
That's a fact.
So you don't have the time to figure out what you want to do
Right.
and what you like to do. You look up, you got multiple kids, and you in your 20s, like,
Yeah.
and you taking care of them. You know, that's
It's different.
so for me, you know, I just like always getting it my way.
Right.
You know, no matter how it was.
Right.
I did paper route stuff when I was a young boy.
Right.
Like I'm talking like 10, 11 years old.
Oh,
You know, I did that. My first real paying job, I think I was maybe like, I don't want the books, I probably was like 14. I worked in the gallery.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the filler job.
The gallery.
yeah, I worked in the gallery at a
What's it now?
men's
The
fashion district. Yeah, for everybody that's new. But
Never
I
been.
was like it was like a men's clothing store.
Right.
You know, I worked there. So,
Right.
you know, I've been cutting hair since I was like 15.
Right.
You know, so
So you went from paper route to the gallery to cutting hair to
all by 16.
to Shoot, what you did? You didn't had the print shop.
Yeah, print shop, clothing store. When CDs and music and stuff was in, I was that.
Or use the bootleg man.
I listen to everything. You know what I mean? I sold water to a well.
Hey,
You know, that's just how it is.
Right. That kind of little backtrack. I know that, like you said, you had the print shop, but coming up, like within the hustle and just kind of wanting to have it your way, as far as just money and trying to build something for yourself. Did you play sports?
So my whole upbringing, I played sports. As a kid, I think the first organized sports I really played, I might have been in like 6th grade or 5th grade. I think 5th grade.
Right.
I wound up playing football for the Ivory Hill Saints.
Me too.
So even though I was living, like I said, in East Falls,
Right.
and went to school in Roxborough, I would get out of school, take the 65.
Pass 2 teams to get there.
Multiple teams. I take probably the 65, get off that. I'm talking about with all my equipment, straight from school, to get on the K, take the K to the 18, right, you know what I mean, from there. By the time my pop was living up that way, so by the time he got off work, he picked me up, and you know, he might take me home back to my mom's that night, or I might spend the night at his house, but he got to be to work at 6 in the morning, so I'm up at 4:30 getting dropped back off.
See, that's crazy because you learn something new every day. Because I play for Ivy Hill. I'm a legend in Ivy Hill. My jersey should be retired from every jersey I ever wore.
Bundy.
I ain't gonna get into the Al Bundy story. Listen, I tell you, me and Jordan at my mom and dad's house. My dad got the VCR of one of my little league games.
Yeah.
We watched the first 3 quarters, 13 tackles, and Jordan looking like, I said, oh, that's another one. Or that's another, because you know your kids, they don't believe nothing. They think
Right.
you're a lame.
Right.
So it was like, that was one of the coolest things that ever happened to me. I got to show him
Right.
13 tackles. We watched the 4th quarter.
Right.
I think that was a 20 tackle game, 19, something like that. But enough, we ain't talking about me. We have to Now, my other thing is, because we talked about it off camera, like I knew your sister before I knew you, but never knew that your sister was your sister.
Right.
Now I found out you have brothers,
Right.
like more than one. I did not, never, well, maybe I might have seen them at some of the games or something, but I wouldn't know because.
You may have, but like one thing about my family, they kind of allow me to do me.
Right.
But they allow me to do me because they know I'm going to do me.
Right.
So without it getting too messy or foolish and stuff like that, they know when I'm doing my sports thing, I'm doing my sports thing. When I'm working, I'm working.
Right.
Like people know, hell, when y'all kids played for me, my mom knew not to call me between 6 and 9.
Right.
We was practicing, or I had a game, or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's just how it is. Monday through Friday, you're not gonna call my phone from 6 to 9 if you know me.
It makes sense.
Because you know what I'm doing already.
Because I'm like, man, I didn't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I didn't know none of that.
Yeah. I got 2 brothers.
You
2
the,
sisters.
what are you?
The oldest.
You the oldest of all
The
of them?
oldest, yeah.
So who the youngest?
My sister Lenny.
Um,
You probably would, if you know my sister, then you know my other sister.
I don't think I knew that she had a sister.
Yeah.
That she had a sister.
Yeah, my sister Lindell. My name is Dell. Her name is
Right.
Lindell.
Oh, go ahead, my fault.
Schooling. Where was the schooling for you? Where did you?
So I went to, if we're gonna take it all the way up.
If you want to go there.
If we take it all the way up, I went to Cook was a Hicken in like Roxborough.
Okay.
Like
I know you're talking.
K through 5th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going through the whole get to know.
Yeah, of course.
Middle school, that's to be 6th to 8th, was Levering. That's on Ridge Avenue as well. I think it's maybe like an Acme or something across the street right now. It's not Levering no more, it's something else.
Yeah, something else. I think it's a charter school.
Yeah, it's a charter school. High school, I started off at E&S.
Okay.
So I went to engineering science for a little bit, just a little bit. And then I transferred out to Penwood in Delaware County.
Your mom was out there.
My mom was living out in Delaware County for like 2 years before I moved out there with her.
Was they on the? They was on a strict policy with the living situation back then.
I lived there. I literally moved.
Okay.
I moved with my mom.
Right.
And went to school out there.
Right.
So it wasn't no getting on the bus, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like we talked about earlier off camera.
Well,
Like I really was living there.
Get on the school bus. So.
Yeah, I was living there, so I went to Penwood, and graduated from there.
Right. No college?
No, so I knew. So you got to know yourself. Like we talk about our kids, you got to know yourself. Sports was for me. You ask anybody, I played sports all day long.
Right.
I got to the point where I was just tired of school.
Right.
You know what I mean, that happened in high school. Like I was the straight A kid.
Right.
All the way to like at least 8th grade.
Right.
Like y'all know, y'all from the city, you got to have a certain situation to go to school. Like EMS.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just didn't. I just knew it wasn't me. And then I was getting money in a couple different ways too. So I was like, I'm not going to school. Like,
Well, that'll change.
yeah, as a young boy, you know, I was.
The one thing I would suggest for any like other teenagers that's towards going to college, for me personally, I would recommend that them give a semester a try.
Oh yeah,
Because
so
it can change your life.
Yeah, listen, I'm not opposed to school. You know, I coach high school kids for the last 15 years.
Yeah, you went from no school to trying to get people in school.
So I do my best to try to get them to think about a trade school.
Right.
Because I'm big with them working with their hands. College is for everybody, but it ain't for everybody.
That's
At the same time, you have to be open to the challenge of college.
Yeah.
It can, like you just said, it can change your life. But if you're not ready for it, it can crush you.
Yeah.
Because the freedom that you get from going away to school and really not having nobody check on you the way
we
you
just
used to people checking it can crush you. And then sometimes, depending upon the school you went to too, you might just not be prepared for that level of academia at that point.
And
so
the reality is, like, everybody has that dream of going and making it, but it's a very small percentage, and we know, like, you could tell.
Yeah, it's small, but
absolutely.
But even with if you're using sports the way sports is using you, we all of a certain age right now, we feel our knees and our hips and stuff like that from playing sports. If you're using the sport the way you're supposed to, it can help you get your education. It can help you get to those points. And then there are schools that we're not looking into the way we should, like a school like Williamson Trade. Right. I think that's in media.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a trade school, but they got a basketball team, they got a football team, they got those things that you can have, so the kids can get HVAC, plumbing, electrical, things like that under their belt.
Stevens Tech and them type.
Stevens Tech, stuff like that. So, I'm big on the kids who I coach who aren't thinking about college at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's not for everybody. Think about trade schools.
So now, piggybacking off of that, right?
Uh-huh.
We know, well, you have one child, little baby Dell.
Yes.
Well, not little baby, he bigger than you, but how old were you when you had him?
I was 25.
25, so you didn't start early. Yeah.
No, I didn't start early. Again, you're talking about all our off-camera stuff.
Right.
I told you earlier, I'm pushing my son, and I think people should push their kids. You need to get through your 20s. You need to be 30 before you think about something like that. So that way you can figure out who you are. Because again, you asked me about my dad when we first started. What type of worker was he? Was he an entrepreneur, things like that? And at 17, like my dad's 17 years older than me. My mom is 17 years older than me. We are too close in age. Like, I'm just keeping it 100. We're too close in age. Yeah. Like, you don't know what you want to do. You don't know the things you can do. You don't know what you don't like at 17. Just think about the age you are right now and when you actually found yourself.
That's a fact. Because you've been doing, like, me personally, like, I never ate watermelon or hot sauce until I was 37 years old.
Yeah, just trying to figure things out.
It's crazy.
Imagine trying
to... watermelon, nah, I'm cool. Hot sauce, nah, it's too
I couldn't imagine trying to figure myself out while having to take care of another person.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been there. You've been there.
I've been there. 20.
We on the same path.
My son was, when I was born, I was 20.
20, yeah.
So, yeah.
And at 25, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's the greatest thing in the world. Oh man, I got 20. I say this to everybody. I wish I was older when I did it. You know what I mean? I wish I was older because there's rarely ever a perfect time. Not too many kids on this earth have ever been playing, so I'm not pushing kids' delusional dreams and stuff like that. Oh, you gotta wait till the perfect time. It's not. But we know that the older we get, the more mature we're gonna be.
That's a fact.
And hopefully we're more mature, we're more financially stable.
Yeah.
And we're able to give our kids what we weren't given. And that's kind of what we want to do. You know what I mean? Not to say, no, like I said, nobody was deprived of nothing, but you just want to give your kid a different opportunity
That's a fact.
than you had. Like, I have one kid for a reason.
Right.
I feel like I hit the jackpot with the one. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted a son, I had a son, right? So I didn't want to give him the life I had. You asked me earlier, I was the oldest.
Right.
So that means I was responsible. You the oldest?
No, my sister.
You the oldest?
No, I'm youngest.
Yeah,
But I
so,
was responsible for my brothers, though.
yeah, so you know, it was, when I come home, they better have did A, B, and C.
Yeah,
And then
we going out watching them.
Yeah, but imagine, you know how it is. Your parent come home and your little brother or little sister didn't do what they were supposed to do, and you in trouble. You're like, damn, I did everything you told me to do. He didn't do the dishes.
Right.
Now I'm in trouble. I didn't want that for my son.
See,
You know what
my
I mean?
dad come home 5 in the morning. Hey,
Oh yeah, hey, all that.
get up, take the trash out.
Yeah.
Get up, wash the dishes.
Yeah.
He ain't play no.
Yeah.
So, and it might have been their chore, but
You the man.
it's like,
Yeah, I see it as, you know, and again, to each his own. Everybody has their own life, but I didn't want my son to have to watch my kids.
no, I feel
You know what I mean? And I did that. I don't have no animosity towards nothing like that. I just wanted a different life for him. I wanted him to be, y'all know my son.
Yeah.
He a little more carefree than most kids, a little more bubbly than us. You know, but it's not that he's irresponsible, because he's not. He just haven't had the weight of those responsibilities.
right. He
put
ain't
on
really
him.
had the struggle that everybody else had. Like he been living a good life, so I get it.
Yeah, so that's
Mine act like they lived the roughest life, and little they sheltered and.
Gonna make a diss song about you.
But even with your journey, what you got going on, like I couldn't imagine having multiple kids. I tell people that all the time, bro. I watch you go. Tell I'm gonna drop Jordan off here, then I'm gonna take Zay to his game, then I'll be back by the time his game start, and like.
Now imagine going
Intense.
from Zay 15, Jordan 11,
Mhm.
twins.
Oh yeah, I said, damn, this nigga tripping.
Twins, a boy and a girl. You know, I got the boy shit down pat.
Yeah.
Girl?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord.
Girl,
I
can't
said,
It's
change the game.
another
I said it was a
world.
wild
And
night
neither
in the
one of
Muhammad
y'all
household that night,
Nah,
man.
I got two
Yeah.
boys. They don't
It's
go.
snip, bro.
Yeah.
I tell you, honestly though, like with her, I feel like if they all 4 of them were grown at the same time and something happened to me, she would be the one that would take care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you that all the time. Like I like watching your stories and stuff like that, because your son looks so happy. He ain't got a care in the world.
Even though he a little grumpy little boy.
You know what I mean? He ain't got a care in the world. You know, he got pajamas and rain boots and a trench coat on. He don't give a hell. You know what I mean? He's 4. He don't care. But I know one thing. When I look at the picture of them together, his sister watching out for him.
Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder, making sure he don't do nothing. And I can tell by her demeanor and her face that she his protector.
And she's not even older.
But I can tell who the protector is in that
Oh, that's a
situation.
fact. She thinks she everybody's mom. So she definitely be bossing him around. And he take it though. And then it's like, if he get fed up,
Right.
he going,
Right.
you know,
Gonna let you
yelling,
know.
get out my face, leave me alone. So
Now they beefing.
I'd say, but listen, girls it's a completely different experience. Y'all not going to experience. You might, because you still
Nah.
making babies.
No.
I know he ain't.
I'm
having
done, y'all. It's over.
Listen,
Whatever you know.
Listen,
I'm
I don't think that's on my plans. I'm just
Right.
gonna say that.
But I feel like it's like I really feel like I have 3
True.
different generations of kids. Like
Yeah.
I got the COVID babies, and then I don't know what you would
I ain't
characterize
even put COVID.
Jordan
This nigga was
as.
in the house going ham. I ain't even put COVID together with that joke.
Acting
He
a
was in
fool.
the house watching Versus.
Right.
But everybody said
What?
we had a boy and a girl. You know, her mom passed away the day after the Eagles won their first Super Bowl, and then my dad passed away March 9th.
Right.
And then they were born next September. So everybody's like, because of that, that's why we got boy, girl. And it's crazy because she looks kind of like her grandma. If my dad had him, you'd be like, damn, is that your child? If he shaved and looked a little younger. And they both carry their grandparent name as their middle name. So it's wild.
Nice.
I wouldn't trade it in for nothing, but it ain't easy, bro.
Right.
Like any single mom, single dad that take care of one kid, let alone 2 or
Right.
triplets and all that, I
Salute.
salute them. If I ever get rich, I will start a fund for single parents. Every year we gonna get y'all a house or a car or whatever it is that you need, because I know
Doing your work done. That's what work done do.
Because there's multiple parents in the house and it's tough, bro.
I think he been doing that since like 95.
I think
he buy one house. There might be more, but I know he at least bought one house in Florida for a single mom. And his mom had passed, and honor his mom.
Right.
And I'm talking about we 30 years in. He's still buying houses.
That's fire. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's needed, man. And again, you got one. So imagine like if you go through we all had times where we struggled. Mm-hmm. Imagine you trying to feed four.
Right. Oh, listen. I grew up in the Jets, like everybody else did. Grew up in the Jets, so
seen it too.
I done knocked on the door to borrow some sugar, like everybody else. Like that's just what it is.
I got too much pride.
No, when you in the Jets, everybody struggle together, bro. And like I said, you don't know. It wasn't a pride issue.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just that's what we did. Like I might walk 2 doors down. They knocked on my joint 2 weeks ago. We knocking on their joint this week. Like that's just what it is. You did that. I didn't experience. Like I said, I ain't trying to paint a picture like it. I grew up in the wire or nothing like that, but it just, because that'd be like we talk about with our kids, like, you know what I mean? Like we got black and white pictures of our kids at Disney World. They want to go make a rap song about how nobody never believed in me.
Bro,
nobody never did nothing for me. Yeah, they, like, you know what I mean? But that's like I said, I'm not here to disparage. You asked me where I was from and what I did.
Right.
That was it. But USDA was in the house. You know USDA?
What the ground beef?
No. So USDA is the people that make ground beef, but like when they used to give out cans of peanut butter, it would be a white can, and it'll say USDA written on it.
Oh, the big ass, the oversized can.
Yeah, everything say like if you got flour,
right?
It'll be a flour and it'll say USDA flour.
I never paid no attention to none of that. We might have had all that.
Yeah, but that was like you had to get in lines. I'm giving out. You had to get in line to get those things. And they would give out cheese. I'm trying to think. Yeah, cheese was definitely. You got the block of cheese, boxes of raisins. I know they gave that out.
Oh no, we had that care.
They gave out flour. You know what I mean? They gave out peanut butter. I'm trying to think of what else they might have gave out. Might have been honey. You know what I mean? Just things like that.
Yeah, wish sandwiches.
Yeah. They gave out stuff.
That's crazy.
Those type of things. That was Reaganomics.
You showing your age, bro.
Yeah. Listen, that was Reaganomics. We was out here spending paper stamps. You know how that go.
Yes, I remember that too.
Yeah.
My mom used to give me $2 to go to the store on the way to school.
Mm-hmm. Two
brown
I handed
one of my kids a food stamp right now, and they would look like, what the hell is this?
I tell people all the time, if I know this was going to be the subject, I'd have brought it. I got a couple.
He said, I kept a few.
That saved something.
Man, I remember I found a book of food stamps. 100s, 50s, 20s, 5s, 1s. You remember it used to come in a little pamphlet, you could peel it off there like a damn.
I saw it.
Yeah, it's different, man. Now it's all on the card.
Yeah.
I save old money, little
$2 bills and all that.
$2 bills, little face 5s, little face 10s, little face 20s.
You think they're gonna appreciate your value?
No, it's just something that I had when I was a kid. So like somebody might say baseball cards. I see. I mean, I can't come across them no more. I guess I have to find them online or something like that. This might have been when it was like first transitioning over to like EBT cards.
Right. And
they said they was gonna do away with it. I'm keeping these stamps.
Well, you better keep your pennies because they done did away with pennies.
They did away with that too.
They're robbing us now, man.
No, you gotta teach some math lessons to them. You know what I mean? You gotta teach them how to round up and round down. I'll be in there. I'm fighting for 3 cents.
I need mine.
But you know why? Because you just don't do the math. You know what I mean?
Right. Like respectfully, the Chinese store been getting this for our extra couple pennies.
Yeah, but you gotta.
Wow.
But they gonna get the people that don't say nothing. If I go in there and it's $1.86, that means you're supposed to round down.
Yeah.
They'll round up to 190.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna do this math together. I'm gonna help you.
Right. He said, I got you.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna teach you lessons. East Falls, left East Falls. I was like 31st and Cumberland.
Okay.
And then I wound up moving with my pop. I moved out of my mom's house. You get to a certain age, you start smelling yourself.
Of course.
And that's just like any other man.
Right.
You know what I mean? My mom was like, you got the rule. My pop was like, you got to come here.
Right.
And that was that.
Did you kind of could tell the dynamics at each place you was there? Was you paying any mind, or did you feel like it was different?
For sure.
Yeah.
I like to think that I can play the background and observe a lot of things that's happening. So of course, living in the house with your mom as a boy who, preteen, hitting teenage, is gonna be different than you move with your dad. Like I'm not painting a boys in the hood story here, but it was different when Trey moved in with his dad, right? That's just what it was.
Yeah, that's a fact. Mom let you get away with certain stuff. Dad just ain't allowing it.
Yeah, I'm asking that because just in regards to, I was born in North Philly, near like Ridge Ave, kind of where it crossed where Cecil B. Moore and Ridge Ave kind of cross near like Bloomberg Projects. Now I moved to Logan.
Where the KFC used to be?
Yes. There was a restaurant. My grandma owned a restaurant. The family had a restaurant on Ridge Avenue.
Right.
Where you used to live, on Hollywood Street?
No, my grandma lived on Turner Street.
Okay.
And I want to say we lived on 24th, like 24th and Ridge, somewhere around that little area.
They gonna comment in the comments like this fat nigga KFC. Boy, KFC been there 22 years.
To be honest, then that's when they had the dollar chicken sandwiches.
Listen, that KFC been there 22 years. Somebody gonna say something.
At the door, you had you had to swap through.
Yeah.
But just the dynamics of just being in that, I know for me, living in North Philadelphia, then going to Logan, which is, it's probably the lesser of the two evils. It's still things that's happening in there.
There's a difference, and I have shout out to my homie Omar. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Going from North Philly or Abbotsford or East Falls, and then moving to Albany with my dad.
Yeah.
This was, I'm trying to do the math. This might have been like 92. Albany was different.
Yeah.
Albany was different in 92.
Absolutely.
Like Albany, like you didn't have to. I'm not trying to make this shit like it's Birmingham on the civil rights and nothing like that. But they let you know that the street lights is coming on. You guys, like, white folks. So I ain't got no problem with nobody.
Shout out to white folks.
I ain't got no problem with nobody. Want to say that. But it was I'm just naming who they were. Everybody don't got the same disposition. Everybody not the same. There'll be white folks on their porch. They got the Phillies game playing on the radio. You walking through Albany and like, just getting kind of dark outside. You gotta get back to your situation. You know what I mean? I had cousins like on one side of Albany, like near 5th and Albany, but I had cousins that they lived in Adams Run. So sometimes you walk. That's walkable as a teenager.
Yeah, that's nothing.
As a 12, 13, 14-year-old, that's a walkable situation. And the neighborhood wasn't bad, so nobody had a problem with you. But you got the stairs. Albany is. I say that to say that Albany is totally different.
Yeah.
Right now than it was then.
100%.
The demographic of the neighborhood has changed. There was mostly white. You had a few Asians in Albany. I remember the block we moved onto after the Americans. We was the only ones. We had some Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Colombians, some Asians. Like my homies, when I first moved around there, we meet friends and stuff like that playing sports. We like the goddamn United Nations. Right. If you ain't have a 2 or 3 Hispanic friends, 2 or 3 Asian friends, you wasn't in Albany when Albany was doing it. A couple white friends, maybe like 3 or 4 white households on our block. It wasn't more than everything is twins. It wasn't more than probably 6. Yeah. It wasn't no more than 20 houses on the block, right? You know what I mean? But I think it was like different nationalities every joint.
Yeah, no, that's definitely for moving to Logan. They same thing, like Asian, Cambodian. Yeah. We had some black folks. We didn't cross into that. I moved there in 91, 92, but I was more so younger.
Yeah, you're on the side that like all of the Asian homies live on.
Yeah,
they all live up top.
All that. Yeah. So we had more. So we had a couple of white people on our block. We had that when we moved there. It was a white family. That was cool. We had a couple that moved in after the fact. Yeah. So I think it's just that dynamic is just moving from place to place and just knowing like, damn, this is different. Like it's not. I'm not in like certain situations, like certain places where, like you said, you're knocking on people's door and they, you're in the jets or wherever, like, and you now seeing like the difference and.
I'm not gonna say that again. I don't know the economics of it all.
Right.
I can say we were a closer knit people in the Jets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you in the Jets.
Yes.
But just in terms of things to do as a kid,
Right.
I think like my horizon expanded when I got into Albany because of the different people, the different nationalities. So the different foods. You had this dude house. You might be home for the summer. We walk in the, remember Adams Bowling?
Mm-hmm.
We would go there 1 or 2 days a week. You know what I mean? It's just bowl. I wasn't bowling consistent like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, when I lived in East Falls, had a lot of homies in Roxville and Manio. Right. I'm playing roller hockey. I'm getting on the 61 bus going back to North Philly with a hockey stick. You know what I mean? Like I'm roller hockey. We had the I forget what it was called. It was a joint right on Main Street, like right behind Main Street. They had an outdoor.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it's still back there.
The reservoir might have been
where the high rises,
the islands. So it was something, I forget what it was called, but it was a rec center.
Right.
And maybe like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, because I went to school out that way the whole time. My grandma would leave bus money for me, maybe $5, and I, to get something for lunch or whatever, and I take the bus out there, chill with my homies the whole day.
You hear what you just said? $5 for lunch.
Oh yeah, listen, she lived like $5, bro. And
a bag of chips now.
Yeah, $5 a bag of chips. Like I dropped 65 cents out of my pocket the other day, and I told somebody, I was like, you know what that used to be? That used to be a 16-ounce glass bottle.
Yeah, well, that get you a loaf of bread.
Yeah, so I remember 65 cents got you there.
Damn, that can't get you a 25-cent bag of chips.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids. Nah, you can't get nothing with that 65.
You get a pack of
2 of them.
A Winter Fresh.
That's it.
Yeah.
5-pack.
I played all sports. I ain't gonna say I was the man at hockey because I wasn't. But I just, when you're around people, you assimilate a little, and it was fun.
So now, I'm glad you said that because you played all these sports, and I feel like, well, the people that don't know, you have a youth organization, which is 215 Swag. So both of our kids played for you.
Yes.
Before we even get into that part, like, what made you? Was it you? Like most parents, I know both of us the same way. Like, I didn't even start coaching until my kids started playing, and then they saw me how I interacted with him, and they asked me to coach.
Right.
And it just went up from there. So is that how? Like, did you?
So in terms of like really taking coaching seriously, I would say it was at that point.
Right.
Because, I'm not gonna throw no shade on people, but I signed my son up for different sports,
Right.
in different places, and some of them I expected to be just for fun.
Right.
Like initially when I signed him up at the Y to do T-ball,
Right.
We had the Abington Y. I'm not looking for nobody to be Ryan Howard. I'll just join him right like that. You know what I mean? But when I started signing him up for teams and things that are supposed to be more competitive, I just saw that they needed help.
Right.
So I began to help. Like I'm not the person that's going. You got a lot of people. Y'all been to a lot of games. There's going to be parents standing on the sideline that got all the negative things in the world to say, but they're not going to come and help at all.
Right.
They have no coach is going to be mad at constructive criticism. It's criticism that they're going to have a problem with.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to sit there and just be like, y'all should do this. Y'all should do that. And I'll credit, and I'll say his name every single time. Dave at the Albany Eagles.
Right.
Dave Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Dave. You know Dave?
I know
Dave.
I know.
Yeah, Dave. I remember when I first started coaching football. Dave kind of wrote me in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, Dell, go ahead and help him then. Like on something like that. I'm like, all right, I got it. Next thing I know, I got the team.
Dang.
You know what I mean? This was my son might have been like 6 or something like that.
That was your forte too.
Well, you gonna
coach a couple games.
First and foremost, and I might have told you this, the best coach, I told you this before, the best coaches is thieves. Right? So I had to steal his play and run it.
Uh-huh.
Right? So that's kind of how it happened.
He
So,
got me, and I never volunteered. I sat on the sideline and shut up.
listen,
I still got suckered into coaching games and leagues.
yeah, listen, it's a labor of love. Y'all was out there, y'all was gonna be there, and y'all was willing to help, and it was about more than just y'all kids.
Right.
So anybody, I'm gonna take all good help, especially from men that's trying to help kids, and it ain't all about their kid.
Yeah.
Fact. So when did you actually start 215 swag? Then was it always 215 swag?
So my regular business is called 215 swag, right? So as a nonprofit wing of it, I made Swaghawks.
So football was the first.
The first sport was actually basketball.
Okay.
First, and I go back to again. I go back to Dave with this. Just like other people who may have been at places, and you may not like what's going on. You know what I mean? Like I have all this respect in the world for Dave and all the coaches that were there when I was there, the Allen Eagles, and the people that's still there, because some of them are still there. But there were things that I thought we could have been doing that we weren't doing. Right? So Dave threatened me with a good time. If you think you can do it. You ain't got to tell me. My mama will tell you that. Don't ever challenge my son because he gonna do it. You tell me to build a rocket with some gasoline in a cardboard box, you going to the moon. Like that, that's just what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. So, I want to say, but I know for a fact basketball was the first sport.
And it was your first team actually Baby Dell's team, or did you actually start?
Yeah, so we started off with I think seven kids on that team.
And what age?
If I'm not mistaken, that was 8. So it was my son, Baby Dell. It was Emilio. It was Jarrell.
Yeah, but when you throw you mentioned Emilio, so you got to throw it out there and let them know.
All right, so I'm gonna say full names. So my son, Bill Jackson, the third. Emilio Agar, Jarrell Kill, Christian Kill, Jeffrey King, that's JT's son, John Jackson, rest in peace to John, and Kyrie. What the hell is Kyrie's last name?
What the hell is Kyrie's last name?
I can't remember Kyrie's last name.
That's crazy because I know his last name.
Shout out to Kamika. I'm gonna say Kamika, everybody knows Kyrie. But that was the first. That was the first group of kids.
It was crazy
that I did.
All of them end up being.
They all
currently,
they all play.
That's what
year was this?
So they were 8. So that would be 12, 13 years ago. So 12, 13 years ago.
Okay. 02.
Okay.
12. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would be 2012, 2013, something like that. Yeah, 2012, 2013. Where I started doing exactly Jordan. Yeah. So I started off with that group of kids, and then I don't think we did baseball that first year. So we did basketball, then we went right into football.
Right.
And
so how you expand from 7 kids to a whole football team?
Because I coached a lot of kids prior to that at other organizations, not just Alany, but then a lot of the parents from Alany, even though I wasn't fielding their age group of kids, they knew me because they trusted me with their kids. I just say that. And then just doing things that at the time a lot of organizations weren't doing in terms of like we can work out almost every day. But how much is it? Nothing. Just drop your kid off at the gym.
You come back and get them on time.
Yeah, come back and get them on time. When people would drop their kids off at that's how I started the summer camp. People would drop their kids off at my store during the summer because they knew I was there. I'm like, I got to do a camp or something. Like, that's just too many of y'all.
Just in there chilling.
Yeah, just in there. So just in terms of we had a good season that year, basketball for that age group of kids, and I knew I was going to do football, so I think that first year with our football, I think we had 3 teams. We had like a 7-year-old team, a 9-year-old team, and I think like a 12-year-old team. Right, football first year.
That's great.
For basketball, at that point, were y'all moving around with AAU, or were y'all more so in the city?
We did Steve, shout out to Steve, Highland Park Warriors, Aztecs. He runs District 3 basketball.
Okay. I know you talking.
Shout out to Miss Wanda at District 4. It was somebody there before Miss Wanda. I don't remember that person's name.
She still do it?
Miss Wanda still do District 4. Yeah, she's still Division 4. So shout out to Miss Wanda. She's there now. I can't remember who the person. He retired. Miss Wanda took over from him. So we did that our first year, and I feel like we did NESAC our first year as well. Right. Shout out to Mike O'Neill and everybody over at NESAC. Right. So we did that as well. Yeah.
Like with that sounds like I gotta give you flowers for that because, like, you know, I started my own little.
If you call me right now, it says Coach Ed, Zay and Jordan Dad, ball for life.
Yeah,
that's just what it say on my phone.
I learned it's not the kids. You love the kids, but it's an expensive. It turns into an expensive hobby that you're not participating in. You just yelling.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we all been there. Like, but even with your org, you had a stretch where you were doing free registration.
I did that for like more than most of the time.
Right.
That was a lot of out of my pocket. You know what I mean? That's just it was like you said, a labor of love. Like I remember I was doing so much at one point. My cousin had called me. He was like, "Yo, you cool?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "You doing too much. You posting too much stuff for you giving out this. You doing this at your store. You doing free book bag giveaway. You put the people on the street telling you got too much money. This, that, and the third." Like I'm cool, cause like ain't nobody.
You was sorted before it started.
Yeah, I was. It was. But yeah, but the free registration was because for me it was and still is about the kids. Like I'm cool. And then shout out. So a lot of it was me initially. You know what I mean? Then as it went on, most of it was me. But I had people who did help out, and people who do still help out. Like my man Dan, he owns I think it's called Rotation. It's a sneaker store and clothing store in Roosevelt Mall.
Right.
So he helped out. That's why sometimes you would see like Box Kings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That was him. Trying to think of people who helped out. Rick's Funeral Home always helped out. The Pastor John at the church, he always helped out. Just people, you just having good, solid people around you. People at Thomasina's. Anytime I call, Cortland and Manners, you see they on expressways and stuff right now. Before they had signs on expressways and stuff like that, when they still kind of young, but they were like really young and fresh in the game. You know, somebody had put me with them. Anytime I called, they was there ready to help. Right. So yeah, the bulk of it was through me, and I can honestly sit here and say, of my own money, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on youth sports.
I ain't gonna, because when before I knew you, I said, "Oh, he the plug." I thought you were Jamaican. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you were Jamaican.
Yeah, no.
Until you talk a lot. I said, "Oh, he."
Oh yeah, I get that a lot.
Definitely Jamaican.
How were you introduced to Dell, Ed?
Damn. Through basketball.
Yeah.
Because originally we played for the Bearcats. Shout out to Van. He still got it running.
Yeah.
He get a lot of slander, man, but he keep these kids with something to do every year.
So Van's son and my son, I think they went to school like K through 8 together.
Yeah.
Same class, everything. My son and Jasir, they've been literally K through 8. So I know me and Van used to be sitting out front of St. Helena. You know what I mean? Talking sports. Same thing with Ricky Tan.
Right.
His son went there. So all of our kids went there. We'd be out there, dads picking up our kids, just talking sports. Youth sports at that. Talking about who you played tonight, District 3, who you played tonight, District 4, who you got this weekend, and NESAC and stuff like that. We wasn't even talking Sixers and Eagles. We talking youth sports.
It's crazy how youth sports, though, like introduce you to some like lifelong partnerships and friendships that people you would have never met. Like people, we met through Zay and Jake played for the Titans together.
Right.
Jay was there.
Small as crap.
On
the line.
Yeah, but
little as crap.
That's how I was introduced to you through us playing against y'all because it was a rivalry. I mean, we was kind of down the street from each other, so then we end up transitioning from the Bearcats to Swag, which for me was like the best decision I ever made for him because it gave him some freedom. You know what I'm saying? His role with the Bearcats, he was always one of the bigger kids. So staying around the basket, block shots, rebound, I mean, he went to Dell. He was SGA. She brought mid-range.
Right.
Yeah, I tell all the kids, if you play defense and you get the rebound, you can push. But you can only push up until the point where it's time for you to advance the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to advance the ball to somebody else for open shot.
Right.
So if you play defense and you get the rebound, I don't care how old you are. If you 8 or you 14, you not be standing. I want everybody to play 1 through 5. Right. That's just how I kind of played the kids. And that's when you were at our most success for youth sports is when they all push and running because you're 3 inches taller than everybody when you 8, don't mean you're gonna be 7 inches taller than everybody when you 15. It don't work like that.
That's a fact.
So
and I hated the little guards that they used to just make score. Where they at right now?
Yeah, I remember. So I'm gonna give you a story. So Justin, he played for me for a little bit, just a little bit, Justin Edwards, just a little bit. And I remember when he first came to practice, I pulled him to the side. I was like, "Why you don't shoot the ball more?" And he was like, "Yeah, no, I don't really shoot the ball that much because when I miss, people always got something to say." I'm like, "All right, well, I'm telling you this: if you don't shoot the ball when you open, I'm taking you out of the game."
Right.
Same thing I told him. I was like, you got a nice little handle. He might have been like 7th or 8th grade. I'm like, you got a nice little handle, bro. When you get the rebound, turn, pivot, and push the ball. Then advance it. Then the ball gonna come back to you, and you better shoot the ball. Yeah. So I remember from there it was like a 1-year thing. Then he hooked up with
Final
people. I remember. So was you there at that tournament we did in
somewhere in Jersey?
No, it was at the Sixers place in
the Delaware Joint.
In Delaware Joint, when they was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
We are one. That was a really good tournament, and that group of kids I just named earlier, plus a couple kids, Shout
out,
Ya is at Kutztown.
Really?
Yeah, Y'all stopped at Kutztown. Yeah.
He worked.
Look, full circles. Ya was one of my campers. I got pictures. I got black and white pictures on everybody.
Right.
Ya works at my camp now. He
Wow.
works at Houseman Rec Center.
See?
At the camp. So
See how it works?
you know what I mean? So Ya's there. Ya was on that team. Omar Leggett was on that team.
I ain't seen Cole in a minute.
Yeah. So they played really well. And I remember driving home from that tournament, dropping Justin off. It was like, Coach Doug, such and such want me to play for them. I think it might have been final. Like, final want me to play for them. He's like, but I don't want to play with them. I'm just going to stay with you. I turned around and said, you lost your goddamn mother, Justin. Right. I was like, you know who paid for this shit? He was like, who? I was like, me. I said, you know who paid for this shit? He's like, no, who? I said, Nike. Yeah, I was like, when we got something going on and you want to play, that's fine, but you got to go over there. Yeah. Like, I remember, look, that same group of kids, remember I was going to take them over to Caleb. Mm-hmm. You set it up. Yeah. I remember. I'm just thinking about that right now.
Yeah, and I think they didn't want everybody.
They didn't want everybody.
Yeah.
I said, and that's he thought they was going to budge. He tried to pull them to the side, talk to them individually. But
you wanted to keep that group.
No, they wanted to.
Well,
they wanted to stay together, and he didn't get none of them. And we wound up playing that team a couple times and blew them up.
I remember that. Though.
Yeah,
because I remember them coming to the tryouts, and they all look good in there. But I mean, I understand on Lonnie and them in too because they already had kids.
But
in that situation,
but at that
they wanted to try to strengthen that team instead of making two. I get it.
But I told them, I don't want nothing from y'all.
Right.
Like this not going to take away from y'all brand. I'm gonna pay for it.
Right.
They just want to stay together.
Right. Well,
instead, you lost them to other teams.
Right.
They broke off eventually, and went on other teams. But you could have just had them all in house.
Right.
Yeah. I know how it is to run a org. I'm not telling you to make 2 9th grade teams or 2 8th grade teams because that might not be in the budget.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it.
Right. See, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
But I understood their part. You know what I mean?
I understood their part too.
Trying to make that team as strong as possible. So if I got 2 guys and you got 2 guys that's kind of similar, I got to stick with my guys.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
Both ways. But I wouldn't have been mad. You want to pay for it? Go ahead. Have fun. Do your thing. Yeah. Now, I'm glad. So the mass, I ain't going to say the mass, the topic of discussion lately has been AAU is destroying youth basketball. And I think we probably got the same take, but for me, it's 4 months a year. It's non-weekends and 2, maybe 3 practices during the week. So if you're not working on your craft the other 4 days and the other 7, 8 weekends that you're not playing in the tournament, I don't see how that can destroy any sport. It's like, oh, they play too many games. You literally are scheduled 3 games on your weekends.
Right.
If you go to the championship, you played a total of 5 or 6, depending on their format.
Right.
What's your take on, is AAU destroying the development of the kids?
So I can't blame right? What I blame is, I think, so you have one side, which is the parent, handler, and player, right?
Right.
In order for the player to get where he needs to be, he has to be delusional.
Right.
Right? In order for him to bypass all the trappings and the people that's not going to tell him he good, this, that, and the third. And we're not talking about to the league. I'm just talking about where he needs to be as an athlete. Everybody ain't going to the league. Everybody's not going D1. But you can go D2 or D3 or NIA, and it's to JUCO and have somebody pay for your lifestyle later on. You can get money for school. So you got to be delusional to do those things, right? So, but at the same time, the parent/handler is delusional, and they can't be delusional.
Right.
They're the problem. I think parents/handlers are what's hurting youth/grassroots basketball. Because they, for the majority, want to be ranked.
Yeah.
You want to be ranked by somebody who, it's 100 kids on this list, and this person's seen 3. The person that made the list. But you just want to get on that list so bad that you so delusional that you want to do anything to get on that list.
And that list from 6th grade to 9th grade is going to be completely different.
But you so delusional until you let somebody you never meet and will never meet.
You might see a kid play twice.
If it's 100 kids on the list, he's seen 3 kids play twice.
Right.
The other 97 kids, he ain't see play.
No, he going off on somebody else.
Right. He didn't see him play, but you so delusional that you're gonna do everything you can to get on that list instead of doing everything you can to sharpen your child's craft.
Right.
It's about, for too many people, it's about what's going on right now, not the end result.
That's a fact.
And that's why I say, as the athlete's got to be delusional.
Right.
You just have to be to get to where you're going.
That's a fact.
Because between friends and school and girls and all this stuff, there's going to be so many trappings and distractions. You got to be on par with that. Right. The adult in the situation has to be the one who has their head on straight and are doing the things that need to be done to keep you in line. And that's at this point, the game has changed so much. It's nutrition.
Yeah.
It's fitness. It's sleep and recovery. And it's also things like skill development. Mm-hmm. Those things are in the forefront, but the other things aren't far behind it.
Right.
There's so much junk in the food right now, and so many kids are up, 2:00 in the morning playing, on a Tuesday night. Like, what happened to bedtime? But I'm not raising nobody kids, but it's just somebody's got to supervise that.
And
if you're not the freak athlete, like D Rose is going where D Rose want to go.
Yeah, like Brian was going to be Brian.
Brian want to go.
As you hear the stories of Brian having like bags of dried fruit and nuts and oranges and on his own, like mom ain't telling him to bring that to the AAU tournament. He pulling this out of his bag, and they eat pizza and drinking soda. So.
And that kid not wired like that.
But for a kid like him, like his story is, when you really look at his story, he was playing in AAU nationals and stuff in 8th grade. He ain't come out of nowhere.
No, that's a fact.
Like he came out of nowhere and took the #1 spot from Lonnie Cook. Lenny Cook.
Yeah.
He didn't come out of nowhere. He was still
on
the list.
8th grader that dribble and do.
Man, he was on the list. He might have been the summer before that number 22 on the list, and catapulted the #1 on the list. But you're gonna get those type of athletes, the Derrick Jones. I'm just naming the person from this area. Chester's this area.
But you spoke about him earlier. Justin was like that. Like Justin went from unknown kind of to the #1 player in the country.
Justin did. I can say this now. they wouldn't have a problem. Justin didn't start on his 8th grade team.
I know.
He didn't start on his 8th grade team. You go from not starting your 8th grade team to going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
To playing in the NBA.
And playing hella good.
Yeah, he playing good. He playing good lately.
Absolutely.
He playing good lately. He didn't play for a while. He didn't sulk. He stayed in the gym and he stayed ready. Injuries happen, and he doing what he do.
Your part come up.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I don't have a personal relationship with Justin. Like if he see me and I see him, I give him you know what I mean? It ain't really much of a conversation, but I know his mom. We went to school together.
Right.
And I don't think that he know how good his mom really used to be. So shout out to Twigs.
Yeah.
Twigs was really good.
Everybody say that.
Yeah, Twigs was really good. And then she kind of I think she kind of lost the love for the game. She just was playing just because she had played ball so long. But he don't get it. Like his mom, so when his mom's saying stuff to him, he probably man, how you know that she don't know what she talking about. But his mom was
when
good.
He was younger too. At that point, he was definitely probably didn't peak.
And back then, it wasn't wasn't no YouTube channel. So when she was playing in the public league championships and all that, having a monster doubles and all that. So if he see this, your mom was really, really, really good.
Yeah, but I don't think that's I don't think AAU is the reason for that. Now, could we do a better job? Because it's not just, let's just say it's not, AAU is like the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying the words AAU. We can do a better job at grassroots basketball. Even in the city, there are things that we can institute to help our kids develop better, develop faster. Is the PIAA killing our kids by not having a shot clock?
Yes, they absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's high school basketball. Yeah. So we want to talk about AAU. We're not killing the PIAA to do what they need to do.
But when you go to AAU, there's a shot clock.
But so that's what you get what I'm saying. So in terms of youth basketball, grassroots basketball, I would like to see them eliminate zones at the younger age group.
Yeah, make it
force them to play man.
Yeah.
And y'all know I'm a zone you to death.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's the rules. I'm gonna use the rules to our advantage. We play man as well, but I'm gonna switch the defense up at a certain time in the game to do little things. That's all part of coaching.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that I'm not saying I don't think that you should be able to play zones the entire game.
Right.
I don't think that you should be able to press unless it's man to man the entire game.
Yeah, because you're not learning nothing from just stealing.
Just jumping, right. You're just jumping. You're just jumping the whole time.
All of the super press guys. Where they?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Listen, that's because again, are we about developing the kids, or is it about getting wins for the organization? So those are two different things. But now, as a coach, as a head of an organization, if you're not getting the wins, are people gonna come to your organization? If you keep losing, are they gonna come to your organization?
Right.
So but that has to be from the people who run the leagues. Like I think when you joined the league I was running at Simpson, I think we had no zones. I remember at one point.
2 minutes. I think the last 2
minutes.
minutes.
You could
play zone in press.
Yeah, you could press or something like that, but you had to play man. I think I did another league before where it was 3-on-3. Jay was in it. It was 3-on-3 full court though.
Yeah. Jordan played in it too.
3-on-3 full court. It's open the floor up and allow the kids to try some of the stuff that they practice in. It's gonna give them more space on the court, and you had to play man.
Yeah, you can't. You were gonna play 1-2.
Gotta guard.
You had to play man. So I was just trying to find ways to get the kids to create. One, to get their creativity up on offense, but two, to help them develop a little more confidence on offense and confidence playing man-to-man defense.
I preach that to all the kids that I coach. If you can't guard, you can't play.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. But again, it's only so much you can blame the coaches when it's not AAU, it's Department of Rec.
Yeah.
You know, having that in their rule book that you can do those things.
Right.
You know, so again, we'll say AAU, but we're not gonna say Department of Rec. We're gonna say AAU, we're not gonna say NISA. We're gonna say AAU, we're not gonna talk about the
CYO and
CYO.
Right.
We're gonna say AAU, but we're not gonna say
Right.
all the different sneaker brands.
Even the,
That's gonna allow you to
Right.
even the high school.
Yeah, Made and or Puma and New Balance. Everybody's got a circuit now.
Right.
Even for the younger age groups, you gotta take that out. You gotta allow them to play man and see what happens.
If you can learn how to slide them puppies at 9 years old, by the time you're 15,
Nothing.
it's nothing. You can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5, maybe 3 to 5.
But your offensive creativity is going to spark, I think, more because it's only one guy guarding you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're allowed to help, and it's still going to be up to a person's discretion to see if you're paying a zone or did that person really come off their man to help. But I'd rather put it in the referee's hands than put it in the rule book.
Yeah. Can't argue that.
Yeah.
At all.
I kind of want to go back, like, still with the org. I know y'all and the Bearcats. Like, what was that like? Like, because I know that was like a real rivalry.
Yeah, it was the kid, first and foremost.
Not on no, like,
No.
nothing crazy.
I want to say this.
No, it was crazy.
It was crazy. Listen,
I'm talking.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. It was crazy for the adults. All the kids knew each other.
Right.
After all the screaming and yelling was done, let's say we had a NESEC game in Northeast High School. After all the screaming and yelling is done, shake hands, one team won, one team lost. Maybe 3 minutes of, we talking about little boys at this point, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. Somebody might shed a tear. Bro, they in the next gym playing 3-on-3 and 2-on-2 and his mixed teams and stuff like that. They all know each other. Like it wasn't, like I said, me and Van, we ain't never had it. We ain't never said a bad word to each other.
Right.
Ever.
Shout out Van.
Yeah, shout out Van. We coached basketball.
Right.
I coached it my way. He coached it his way.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened. We had great games.
Yeah, because y'all kids at the same age and them two teams always was the damn near always was the match.
Teams. I feel like those are the two teams. And I don't think you get enough notoriety for that. Just having them teams that was always in the thick of it, like within like just your Oars. Now you're talking about final and all. I mean, you probably ran across them guys at some point, but you would think about like y'all Bearcats. We had like Oxford Circle.
What's the white team?
Bussington.
Y'all played. Was it Penn? I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't Penn. It wasn't Penn.
Upper Dublin?
No, they were. We played them in the championship game in the Northeast. Remember, they changed the game. The first year we won an ESAC championship with Swag.
You talking about with the
They were a green and white uniform.
Somerton.
Well coached team.
Oh yeah, listen. The reason why people want to get in that league because one, it's a well run league, and two, is great competition in the league. You're gonna when we play rec ball in District 4, District 3, whatever district you may be in the city, but we normally play District 4 and District 3. Those are normally the most competitive leagues in the city. You're gonna get a certain style of basketball, right? You're gonna have super athletic kids playing basketball. When you get up there at Northeast High School on Saturday, I don't care how old they are. They're 7. They running plays. Yeah. You gonna get back screen. You can get this at the third, like at a young age. You know, they ball cuts and stuff going on because you're seeing a different. You might have been playing SEC basketball all week long, and now you jumped into Ivy League or mid-major. They running the Princeton offense at that age.
Yeah, they running flex cuts.
Right. Yeah. Your kids just have to. Their athleticism may keep them in the game, but if you're not actually coaching your kids basketball, it's going to be kind of hard for them to keep up in the long run.
Because we went from Bearcats to you. JT went from you to Bearcats. You was there the whole time. Joe came over from Allen and played with us. Like it was just the. I can't say that about Joe because Joe won the championship with Allen.
Joe won the championship with Allen
by himself. He beat us by himself. By
himself. But that next year, I think I helped y'all coach. And do you remember how y'all beat that team with Allen Eagles team?
Yeah, Joe can't do nothing.
Right. Who did it?
I don't even remember.
I'm going to say his full name because he deserves a full name.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to, I tell people all the time, the greatest Swaghawk of all time.
Who, guy?
Jakai Streeter. Jakai, I said, no matter what he do, he don't get the score. And Jakai,
He there.
He there the whole time.
That's what Streeter
The whole time.
Shout out Streeter,
Shout out
man.
to Chicago Streeter. He got more championships as a swag. I'm talking about every year for football, every year for basketball. So Joe, like that Joe wanted to play with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wanted to play with that. So I never talked to his dad on the phone. I didn't call him. Right. This, that, and the third. It was just a really good game. Streeter played his ass off. And again, Streeter lives near Olney, right? Joe was always at the Olney, right? These are kids that know each other. They play on different teams.
Right.
But no, we coming there next year. We gonna do that. That's just how it happened.
It's crazy because for me, Joe was one of the most integral pieces of Zay's elevation in his game. When Joe came, Joe fed him, got him the ball in his spot, and his confidence went sky high from that moment, that year that he played with Joe moving forward. His confidence grew.
At that age, I've never seen a kid control a game the way he did offensively. The way he kept people on his hip, the way he changed directions, the way he changed speeds at that age.
And passing the ball.
Yes, they wasn't ready.
No.
They wasn't ready.
And I always told that you know how to be open. If he don't know how to do nothing else, he know how to get open so he can shoot the ball.
Yeah. But shout out to Streeter.
Yeah, Streeter.
He had some really good games. I think that was an All Eagle game. One of the big Bearcat games. A lot of people remember is when my son and Van's son.
Yeah, all age groups. It was like damn near a championship.
Yeah,
every time
that 9-year-old age where I actually caught a little bit of flack from it. I didn't catch no flack. It's my shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. But I held the ball.
Right.
For like
fuck it, it's in the room.
I'm talking about like maybe 10 minutes of the first half.
I got to
sell the ball.
You was up.
Come out guard.
No, you coming out that zone.
Right.
I can't guard us. You coming out that zone.
Right.
Parents yelling, that's not basketball, just third.
What is?
I even had a parent come and take their kid off the bench, make against the championship game. And we out, we leaving.
I catch y'all.
Listen, I'm gonna send Don the picture so he can put the picture on his editing.
Right.
And the kids won the championship. They won the championship. But you're not gonna sit in the zone.
You're right.
And I'm not gonna play into the way you want to play.
We gonna manipulate it.
Yeah. I told the kids, and shout out to Just, Emilio dad. He was like, "You really gonna do this?" The kids did it well because we practiced it. We practiced for we're gonna play them in the championship. That's all we practiced for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Was them learning how to play 4 out, right, 4 corners, and them learning how to just hold the ball.
Right.
Just be braced. I said people are gonna be yelling, they're gonna be screaming. Don't move.
That's crazy. You know what's crazy? Like Emilio is in college now, right? As a football player. But the first time I seen Emilio, we played in Jersey on the red court.
Right.
And Zay played with him. I said, "Who the fuck is this?" And he like, "Oh, that's Emilio." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Emilio?" He was cooking. They was like 11. I'm like, "Yo, who the fuck is this kid?" Like he was like Penny Hardaway at 11 years old, bro. I was like, "Who the fuck? Where he come from?"
Yeah.
He played football. I'm like, "Oh, shit." He might be one of the few kids that play Division I football right now that could play Division I basketball.
Yeah.
And he just stopped playing basketball.
Superstar.
He just said, "Fuck it, I'm better at this, I guess."
Well, I mean, the way the world is right now, a lot of times you kind of have to choose what you're going to do, especially if you're going to be a specialist, like what he does at football as a DB.
Yeah.
That's a specialist job. You got to learn how to move. You got to learn how to move those feet. And especially being a DB, there's not too many positions in all of sports where you got to learn how to go backwards faster and make decisions faster than people are running forward. So,
and not only that, you have to run every single play. You have to be a DB and a wide receiver are the most well-conditioned athletes in the world because you're literally running every play.
Listen, you have to. But yeah, that team was full of athletes.
All of them. I had a squad. My first coming around seeing y'all, I think Jay was on at that point, the Longcrest Lions. They had like a little
with the twins.
they did the they had the NESAC. And then that summer, that's when I came over. Matter of fact, they scrimmaged y'all. Matter of fact, came to Simpson. And that's when they had, was it Damir? Is it Damir?
Yeah. That's all the same team.
Damir, the regular, Jarrell, all of them. I'm looking like, who is these kids?
I thought he was the one.
Who is these young boys?
I always loved Jarrell.
Yeah, he had Newman right now.
Yeah, tough. Just
He
won
won,
the chip
he
too.
won 2 chips, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm like, who's these kids?
Jarrell's under-recruited, underappreciated.
Yeah, he got to get a crack at a higher level one time.
Yeah.
I always loved his game.
Yeah, he tough. So a lot of them, I'm like, what's going on here? And then, as well as Emilio, and Baby Dell as well. Like, because I'm at that point, it's new to me. Like basketball at that point I'm getting back into basketball. I've always been around hoopers, but my son now plays. Now I'm like paying in mind as to what's going on. And then I'm looking at these kids, like these young boys is tough.
Yeah.
Then we signed over at that summer after that. So
it was a culmination of them, playing together for a while. So they kind of knew who they were, and where each other was kind of going to be, and who can do what.
Right.
Even though they were physically all kind of comparable.
Yeah, damn near.
Comparable, they for their ages and their size, they had good length and good height, and they were able to play.
Alameen.
He was your big.
Yeah.
He was more like a wing than just was taller than everybody.
Yeah.
I think Ya too was at that point. He's kind of one of the taller kids.
Yeah.
Him too. Ya was tough.
Yeah.
He still is tough.
Alameen, he tore his knee up or something, didn't
he? He did. He kept hurting his knee. He wound up going to he was at ANC.
Right. And then he
shout out to Givens. All the Givens, they took care of all of my boys. Chris, Jarrell, Mike.
What happened to
Alameen, Farouk. I don't know what school Farouk goes to. I think Alameen go to Vanderbilt.
Damn.
I think they, ANC is a really good school. Again, shout out to Shannon.
Hey.
It's a good school. So they,
and that's crazy.
They got the education together. And,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think he had Vandy. I gotta double check. I gotta ask my son.
Right.
When did you kind of see like the org kind of like all right, like this joint is like it's at a high point peak. Like
it was pretty fast because like I said, we did very well. My first season doing my own sports on my own, which was when those kids were our first group was 8. Then we came back and we did football that fall at 9, and I want to say we might have got to like the semifinals for football in our league, and we were fine. We were just missing a couple pieces, and they were doing stuff that like we ran no huddle the entire year in shotgun. All their plays were all their plays was on at 9, no huddle.
Right.
Everything is on their wrist coaches the entire season.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
Now they try to do that with 5 and 6 years.
Yeah, so this was, they were 9.
Right.
They were 9. I remember our first game was playing a team. I'm not gonna say the name of the team. I'm actually friends with the mom. We're like social media friends now for the opposing team.
Right. And
we came out. It was a shotgun. The kids, I'm yelling out stuff, colors and numbers and stuff like that. They looking at me. Who you think you, Chip Kelly? So Chip Kelly was just with the Eagles. She was riding for her team. You know what I mean? Right. She was riding for her team. They think you Chip Kelly.
Sports moms and stuff. Fun.
Yeah, but again, I was asking them to do stuff that they weren't asked to do before.
Right.
That next year it was over.
Right.
It was over the next year. They won, I think 3 straight football championships in their league and competed in UIFL Nationals in Plant City, I think 3 straight years.
So you had Streeter from day 1 in football?
So Streeter, again, shout out to everybody at the Island Eagles. Yeah. No, I didn't. Look, I didn't pluck him. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, right? We go. It's 1 degree of separation. So my dad coached Island Eagles forever.
I know. That's
So he coached Island Eagles. So he coached Streeter's dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? They knew each other, knew him, whatever. So I think Chicago might have been 5. I think he's like 2 years younger than my son. So he might have been like 5. But he was always around.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he wanted to, Jakai, Hali, all of them, they was all on the same team that I was coaching at the Island Eagles. And I wasn't doing their age group. I specifically wasn't doing age group, but their parents showed up because they trusted me because I coached them before.
Right.
So I wound up doing their age group. So yeah, I had Jakai a long time. A long time. Jakai is going to be a hell of a college coach one day.
Yeah.
Kids like stuff. Jakai love football.
Right.
Like, he obsessed with sports like in the way that I'm obsessed with sports. Like, he used to call me when he got out of school on Mondays. He would call me and say, my dad said I can come with you. He gonna drop me off. His dad would drop him off out in high school. He was literally be on the sideline with me during our JV games.
Right.
Every Monday. Just helping out in any way he can. Right. Or if we played on a Saturday, my dad said I can come to y'all games. He had every game. Shout out to Rome. Rome be like that. He with you the whole day. You good.
He was a grown man.
Real mature.
Yeah. Jakai, he was good. Like, Rome knew I was gonna get him back home.
Right.
But he knew what Jakai wanted.
Right.
He knew I was gonna go from my game to another game,
right,
to somebody else's game.
You want to assume this all day.
And this, that, and the third. He like, you do it. You're not gonna run me around. Rome's like, I ain't. You can go with that.
You like that shit? Go ahead.
Yeah, and it wasn't never a problem. It wasn't like I had somebody else kid with me,
right,
who was ever an issue because he just wanted to do the same shit I wanted to do,
right,
which is watch football.
You know, I could sit in the gym and watch basketball all day.
Yeah.
Shay? No.
Yeah, but I'm saying it might have been football season, so we might have went to, a 10 o'clock game, right, high school game, then a 1 o'clock high school game, then drove out to Plymouth White Marsh or something to watch a night game,
right,
or something like that, because I'm going through my whole schedule to see who playing and where they playing at.
Right.
So yeah, he got it bad. He got the bug bad. He know what he's talking about. He around good people. Jakai's at
East Stroudsburg.
Yeah, East Stroudsburg right now too. Right.
I told him I talked to him maybe once in a blue moon on Instagram. I was telling him like, man, that's dope. When he moved down to Georgia. I watched
on ESPN
like 2 of his games because he would post the links in his story, and I watched like 2 of his games. He was down there killing.
He was under recruited, so he moved at a weird time, and I don't think his coaches up here did him right when he moved. You know, he was going to Lansdale Catholic.
Yeah, that was.
And Jakai, in 3 years, I think he like 30 yards away from being the all-time leading rusher.
Yeah.
Then he moved. His parents was down in Georgia, so he would have easily blew the record out for rushing.
He was killing his
down
rushing.
Yeah,
little undersized.
Yeah,
he was killing.
Yeah, so he went down to Georgia and played on a top 20 team
in
the country. A top 20 team in the country, and went down there, Georgia in football, and took got his character.
I've seen the fields they playing at, and he got the big.
We get off this joint. I'm gonna show you the locker room and the weight room and all this stuff. He started video too, like, "Go tell you ain't gonna believe this."
Right.
Like, it's the high school.
Because I asked him like, "What's that? No, this is a public school." I said, "What?"
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Like, this is...
No, it don't look like this.
Right.
It don't look. Shout out to the Philadelphia school district. School district Philadelphia. It don't look like this. It don't look like this. No, they get more money down there. We looking at. No, I'm talking about just in general. We looking to cut $250 million from the budget. They just said last week, but
Then they wonder why people send their kids to private schools.
Private schools or. Again, sports is a big thing. It's not just sports in a lot of neighborhoods, it's community engagement,
right,
and things like that. So when you look at football coaches here in the pub, ain't nobody making $10,000.
No.
In the pub, ain't nobody making $10,000 for the year to coach in the pub.
Yeah, but them dudes like where Kyle's at,
they making 100. They making 6 figures to be the football coach.
Just to coach.
Just to coach.
Like, I saw a list on Instagram one day. It was the top 20 salaries of high school coaches, and it showed the coaches.
Georgia, Texas.
Nothing up here. I don't think, maybe at this point, whoever coaches MOTEP, whoever coaches St. Joe's Prep, they have to get paid really good.
No, I'm telling you, I just told you what I'm not discriminating against nobody. Well, that's not what it is. We don't invest. You're asking these coaches like Coach Dev at MOTEP, shout out to Coach Dev, to be a leader of men, right? He's producing, his predecessor produced, his predecessor was Coach Al. We have a lineage of good coaching over there, and they always produce, but then at the same time, they lose their money coaching. Because for football, just like with basketball contract, your football contract might be from like the first Monday in August till the second Saturday in December.
Right.
It's only paying you for that period of time. But you in the weight room in January. Yeah. You doing 7-on-7s, or you doing install, you doing all this stuff the entire from January to August 1st. Yeah, you might be with the kids 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah, and them they travel, so I gotta get off work early this day. I gotta miss this day because we're gonna be out of town for this.
Yeah, so you're doing all that work for those, and it's unpaid.
Right, for the love.
Yes, it's unpaid. So, but then, shout out to coaches like every coach. I would have been suspended just like they did Teddy Bridgewater.
Right.
Because whatever y'all paid me, I'm buying uniforms.
Right.
Or I'm buying this. I'm buying the kids Gatorade. I'm gonna get some footballs. We need some more practice dummies.
Giving kids some McDonald's.
Right.
Yeah. So you see what they did Teddy Bridgewater.
But you see, coaches at TEP, they put in that time. If you look in the city, it's not a whole lot of coaches that put in as much effort as them. You know what I'm saying?
So it's 3 different systems in the city.
Right.
There's the Catholic League / private schools. Right. There's charter schools and there's public schools. Mm-hmm. Right. The public schools have a different dynamic in regards to coaching. 99 times out of 100, in order to be a coach at a public school in the school district of Philadelphia,
you gotta work there, right?
Gotta work for the school district. It's actually written into the teachers' contracts. In their collective agreement, they arbitrarily put that inside there for them, because every teacher has the opportunity to get that additional money before they outsource the job to somebody else, if it's a school district position.
I did read that too. Yeah.
So that's 100% facts. Right. That's 100% facts. So if you have, Mr. Washington, who's the social studies teacher, and he may not know much about sports, but he put his name in the hat.
They're gonna give it to him first.
They're gonna give it to him first, and he's gonna get the money. And guess what? Mr. Washington go 2-8 every year. It don't matter.
Yeah, they're not gonna fire him for Mr. Jefferson that's on the floor over top of him.
No, they're not gonna fire him at all. They're not gonna fire him at all. This is extracurricular. He gonna keep that position. That's all I wanted to do.
Right.
You have some coaches who they may coach football, and then they gonna go to, I'm trying to names, maybe wrestling.
Yeah, that's a Coach Drew. That was our defensive coordinator.
Then they gonna go to the girls softball. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they don't know all 3 of them sports. I'm not saying they don't. You just said it don't. What I'm saying is that's 3 separate paychecks.
Yeah, so that's an extra $15,000 maybe.
But it might be dependent upon the sport and the amount of kids you have. It might be an extra 30.
Yeah.
Might be extra 27.
I'm just lowballing it.
You know what I mean?
I say 5 a sport.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you it's a little more than that. but later to tell you it might be 7 this sport. You know what I mean? Some sports pay a little more than others, but you're gonna get that and not have any pushback or friction. That's why when you mention somebody like Coach Dev at MOTEP, there's a hiring process that went into that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just the social studies teacher, or the French teacher, or whatever teacher. Right.
Well, they're at charter school too, so there's a higher dynamic.
There's a higher they're not. You don't have. It's not a school district job.
Yeah, they're not governed by their.
So that's why when you see certain schools in the city and it looks like some care more than others, it's because they care more than others. Yeah. We just talked about being a coach and not getting paid from January to August 1st. Right. But if you're doing 2 other sports, how could you be working out when you doing weightlifting.
Or you got like somebody like, and me and Bo do not see eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with a lot of things that he's done, but he's a guy that is.
He's a 24/7 coach.
365 days he will be in the gym with them kids.
Listen, I done seen too many times. I done been in places, Bo done been in places, and I don't know if he owns a white van, but he always pulling up in a white van, and his kids coming out this joint, and that's just what it was.
I don't have to like you to respect what you've done.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll always give him his respect. He love them kids. He stay in the gym with them.
Right.
I don't agree with some things that you do, your ideology behind stuff, but he's the perfect example of somebody who doesn't profit from 365 days.
Not at all. But
they play in every tournament, every league, playground leagues, parks, and
and he has. I can see this because I've seen it. He got an AD that got his back too.
Twice. Well, Jazz now, but prior to Jazz, they listen, play. You got it.
Yeah, no, Jazz. All my interaction with Jazz has always been solid.
Yeah.
From the league they used to run. I don't know if they still do it now. Maybe Jazz had what post pivot league.
He still
do post pivot still.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to.
Shout out Jazz.
It's supposed to pivot chip. I forgot about that.
The inaugural. What we talking about?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, bro, and we gonna say it on camera. I thought Sheehan was gonna win that shit.
No, yo,
y'all kicked. Y'all kicked. Who the hell y'all played in the chip?
Magic.
Blue Magic. Y'all kicked they ass.
Yeah.
Cause she had Mod and the young boy with the little blind spot that could shoot. His pop, I think his pop was real estate. But Blue Magic had, and I ain't gonna lie, I think some of them was ringers to this day. I ain't gonna lie.
Possibly.
But even if they was, shout out to them. Shout out to Jared. I don't think Jared do it no more.
Don shouting out everybody. Just know that Don came home with the chip.
But
yeah,
just know.
I said the Jim watch because we lost to them before the championship game.
Just know that Don.
They gonna put the picture up somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, they gonna flash that up too in the editing process.
Made it to the semis. I wanted to play y'all so bad in chip.
Yeah, I forgot.
We scorched them too.
I'm here.
Oh, y'all beat the shit.
Yeah,
It was like 19-2 to start the game.
Played 2-1-2.
If I'm not mistaken, was Jakai Streeter on that team?
Streeter was on that. Streeter, they beat Streeter. That's what it was. They beat Streeter and them. Okay. I was like, yo, we gonna beat them.
No, they beat us to get to the chip. We played them a game before.
So I had two teams in there?
Who was on that team? Let me see that
team.
I had two teams in the league. All right.
His team, and I think
I'm gonna put multiple teams in the league.
What's Cal Pop name?
Definitely gonna do that.
What the hell is Cal? I mean, not Cal Pop. Carlos. I think Carlos coached another team in there. If I'm not mistaken.
We had on that team, we had Jay.
That's the team that Streeter was on.
Yeah.
It was Kel, and I was on that team.
Yeah, him. I think Farouk was on that team too.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time I seen him play ball.
Yeah.
Let's see
It
that.
was you, Jay, Sean.
Me. It was Jay, Juice.
Juice. I ain't seen Juice. Sean played on that team. It was only 6 of them.
Sad.
And you had 2 other people.
What's my man
Shout out
name?
to Said playing. I forget what Said's playing at right now.
Did he?
He
left Penn State Everton. He go to man.
It might be Penn State Everton.
Okay.
Sad. We had Juice, Jay. What's the
Deshaun at LSU?
Deshaun. Shout out Deshaun.
He go to LSU. That's
yeah. What's the young boy name? Dark skinned kid. Used to be with Malik.
Chubby Chick was on your team?
No, but he used to be with him.
Dark skinned kid that was Malik.
He was always with Malik. What's young boy name?
Shit team, Don.
I forget the.
I just did the paperwork.
If it's one young boy that I always felt like if he really took the nutrition and
Chubby Cheek League?
Yeah. League was so.
But I've never seen a kid. We're gonna cut the video to this too. I think I got either video or pictures. Chubby Cheek League played football for me as well.
He played football?
Chubby Cheek League played football. We went to Florida, right? And I'm telling the kids and the parents, pack up for Florida. It's December, but it's not the weather up here. We're going down there to play football. It's gonna be 80, 85 degrees. This Negro got Under Armour, real Under Armour. This was, pre-2015, so it was this thick.
Like
Right.
all
The Under Armour.
arms, like the long sleeve.
He got the pants. He got the long sleeve shirt. When I say he was this close from cardiac arrest, yo, the sweat that was pouring down it was warm-ups. The game ain't even started yet.
Yeah,
I'm like, you gotta take all that stuff off, because it looked thorough. This was Cam Newton at his prime when all the kids had the cleats up their hair. That's why I said this on Under Armour was this thick.
Well, do y'all know Cam Newton going over to a fan blowing air on him with some water spraying out of it?
Yeah, but he wasn't wearing any, and if he was in Carolina. It's a different weather.
Yeah.
We in
Florida.
We in Plant City, Florida, the strawberry capital of the world.
Wow.
Sun is beaming.
Beaming. It's
Real
80
sun.
plus.
I know. Lee crazy for that. Lee's the only kid I ever met that got everywhere and I've never seen his parent.
Yeah. So shout out to Big Sad for that. So he really helped out and took Leak under his wing. So I met Leak at Being Up.
Right.
We at the playground, and my homie Omar Big O, was like, yo, young boy, I mean, you probably didn't get him around, but he always at the courts. He always playing with older kids. I think Leak might have been 7, maybe when I bet him. 7, 8. 8 at the max. But he might not have been in the best shape. He wasn't taking a rock from Leak.
Oh, he had.
He had a whip pop. He wasn't taking a rock from Leak at all.
I can check that pill.
Lee could pass the shit out of that
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
He can't see.
You can't see it all.
Like, you're blurred. This close.
Yeah, he
you're
can't
blurred.
see it.
It's been like, Lee, you know who I am? He just be laughing.
That's what. So on that same team, Dubly Streeter was on that same team as well, if I'm not mistaken, age-wise. Or Streeter might have been a year younger.
No, they all played together.
All right. So I don't know if you know this. Chicago can't see either.
I ain't know that.
He can't see at all. Like his vision and Leak vision at best is at the same.
That's crazy.
So Jakai started wearing, I think he finally got contacts in like 10th grade or 11th grade or something like that. Because he wouldn't do the guys, I can't do goggles, cool stuff. He finally got contacts. And he but he can see now.
Right.
Long story short.
Right.
So young boys, if anybody get some contacts and some goggles or something like that. Like they can't see.
Sports
At all.
classes.
Right.
Yeah, something.
Because Lee, I told him all the time, like, you know how good you'll be if you actually can see?
At all.
If he took it as serious, like, as he should have, I think he would have went somewhere, man. And that always upset me. So I'm like, man, he's so good at this age. It's like he's so advanced. It's just crazy.
He was.
Yeah, he can handle. But he played football for a year or two, I think.
Shout out Leak, man.
Yeah, Chucky Cheek League.
Shout out Leak.
That's what we call him, Chucky Cheek League.
Great fella, man.
You got a lot of guys, man, that came through your org. You wanna run down a list of the high level college guys and pros
I'm gonna forget too many people. But then my
Shout out
inbox,
to them, man.
then my inbox is gonna be crazy about how. But I think you know what the crazy part is, and this is no slight on any parent on either side of that, but a lot of times the difference in the kids who went to school and had somebody pay for at least a portion of it or all of it, and the kids who didn't, most times came down to what they had at home.
Right.
Who was pushing them at home to do the things that they needed to do. So I think for just as many kids who I've had who've gone on to have people pay for their high school education and their college education, I've had just as many kids, or if not more, who were just as talented, but didn't have the home push. Or I'm not saying they came from bad homes. I'm just saying that the parent wasn't aware. And as many times as I'm taking kids down to tell you this. I think you know too. We doing the fair every year, 8th grade, John, down at the convention center with all the kids. Parents got to work. I don't care. Meet me at Broad Island. I'm taking whatever kids show up.
Right.
Meet me at Broad Island at 9 o'clock. I take all down there. You're gonna get every high school. You know what I mean? So the more choices you can give your kid, the better it's gonna be for them and their outcome.
That's a fact.
So again, the big difference for a lot of them might have been between the ages like 13 and 16 was the push that they got from home to go to this school or go to that school, or somebody checking their homework, or taking them to an extra workout because you said a kid. I know Leak mom. You know what I mean? She did everything. You never saw her.
Right. But I'm not saying that she like.
Oh no! You
I
never
just
saw
never
her.
seen
I'm just saying you never saw her. But I mean the same thing with my son. I don't think you ever seen his mom.
I was gonna say that. I've never. You know, when I seen his mom when he went on prom.
All right, there you go.
But if you didn't take pictures and post, I don't even think you posted. I think
he did not post.
he posted. If he didn't post a picture of his mom, I would never have seen it. This is not a messy podcast. So we're gonna leave that alone. That should
this ain't. I ain't on that.
I've never.
Yeah,
she never came to a game. None of that
shit. Now I'm not gonna sit here and slander because
right.
I'm sure she was at a game or two, but
I wouldn't have known because I've never seen her.
You know,
right?
She was, or if she was, she probably played the bag or something like that. Or I mean, Don know there've been times. Shit, you picked them up from there from his mom's house before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, plenty of times. Or drop them off, or you know what I mean. You might turn around 10 minutes after that game, like, where baby Deli? Oh, you want his mom? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It just that's what it was. But yeah, but that push that kids need to know that they can go a little further. You know what I mean? That it go a long way.
Right. That's what shout out Don. Because when what the hell? What's the name of the school that they went to? The middle school.
Oh, the Paul Cafe.
When they went to the Paul.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit too. We reached out to every school that you could think of.
Oh man.
We got guys came to practice and guys came to the games. So all of the kids got eyes on them.
Yeah, like
some of y'all got, conversations after the game, some didn't, but everybody had the same opportunity to be seen.
Right.
And that was just major. Yeah. That's something that you had, like for me, I always did that was like, I record everything.
Facts. Me too.
When Jordan plays, I record everything because it's an opportunity for you to have film. And I don't think that a lot of parents understand that.
Yes.
No, I'm pulling out my phone or my iPad. You got a phone, you got an iPad. Right. Record your kid.
Right.
Okay. That film means a lot.
The goal.
But there's enough parents. I'm not gonna say a lot, but enough. Once the kid gets to double digits, to 11, 12, they ain't even at the games no more. Y'all didn't coach. It's pickup time. You picking up 6 kids, tossing them in your car, so you can get to the game. So they just again, it's just not they're just not aware of what they could be doing to further along their child's dream, their child's delusion.
Yeah, I mean, you got something that's around all the time that still don't pick up that phone and pick up that camera.
Listen, you coached, I coached, and you coached. Too many times you picked up from a house and seen the parent car sitting there, and then you dropped them off, and that same parent car is in the same place. Right. You
ain't want to do nothing today.
You want to do nothing.
I wasn't the pick up and drop off dude. No.
But you picked up and you dropped off.
Only kid, Zay Marshall, shout out to Zay Marshall, shout out to Juice. When Juice went through his little situation, I would pick Zay up, take him to the games, take him home. If he wanted something to eat, we'd get him something to eat. Right. I mean, I grew up with you, so it's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? I would do it for other kids. I just never had all my kids that was on my teams or on the team that we played on Reef. Pretty much all the parents was around, or Reef was doing the dropping off.
Juice and Zay, they went out to I remember they went out to LA with us. Yeah. Played in the tournament out LA.
Yeah, I couldn't. Zay couldn't.
Yeah, I remember that.
I couldn't afford that
one. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I heard about that one though.
Yeah, my man, it was my man T had set that up. T who does a small fry.
I ain't seen T.
He around.
I ain't seen him since MCS Cool. He funny.
He had
hilarious, man.
Chester
Chester Charter?
Yeah.
I ain't seen him play. I only seen Joe highlights from there.
Yeah.
So,
he did.
And the kid that he dunked the light skin with the beard. He was 20 when he was in 9th grade. I think they call him LeBron or some shit like that.
Yeah, he did it right now.
That's dope.
Chester Charter. So yeah, it's a lot of different avenues for young boys. But shout out to everybody. I don't want to miss nobody.
Shout out to everybody.
Because there's a lot of kids who are not in school, and who are a trade school or higher education school, but they ain't in the way either.
Right. I know you be proud, bro. Like, cause over this, like just this year alone, like I watched Kanai killing at East Stroudsburg. I watched Jay Childs when his pop posted his highlights. I watched KJ the other day, even though he didn't play a lot. You know what I'm saying? He had a few minutes in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to miss nobody. Lil Jacob.
See, look, you don't want to miss nobody.
No, Lil Jacob, that's my guy. Like, that's my favorite. Him and Joe is like here with my favorite kids that Zay played with as far as them making him better. But I watch him play all year, and he's open to criticism. So I'll message him like, "Yo, man, you got to do this, that, and third." But it's just like, damn, like I remember they was in the 6th grade. Now they fucking playing in NCAA, and like even like Bud, I don't miss none of Bud games.
Right. I know. Listen, I will tell you this: you probably post more than Bud family.
Yeah.
About Bud,
yeah,
and I remember when Bud. I think Bud might have started playing with the Bearcats when he was like 10.
Do you remember when we played Bud up, what's the gym that we used to always play? Simpson.
Oh, Alani Ruck or something.
Yeah, so the first time we played against Jordan Dill, when they played with the Lions, and Jordan had like 32 out of 35, we barely beat him. Then the next game they brought Bud. Everybody like, he a ringer, but not knowing that Bud is only like a year older than them.
Right.
So, but where the birthdays lie at, and then they was like, oh shit, they cheating, man. Them two motherfuckers together, they was killing us.
Yeah, I remember we was down Simpson. We had a game, and he was playing for the Wildcats, but
yeah, that was the Wildcats, not the Lions.
And that's like, no. It was like a game to go to the chip, but he's like, nah,
it's supposed to be.
Nah, he wasn't supposed to be.
Oh yeah, I'm on the rules.
He's like, nah, man.
I'm on the rules. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna do what you gonna do, right? And as long as it don't affect me, and what I got going on, fine. So you can play them other 6 teams. When you come play this joint right here,
I'm saying something.
I don't miss none of his games, and I ain't miss Zion games. That I no comment on the Villanova situation because I don't know. I know he got hurt, and then whatever happened after that, I'm not sure, but. I was disappointed in that.
I didn't look to see, but I hope he got his ratio.
I don't know how that works now because they changed the rules.
Yeah,
but I hope so.
I don't know how many games he played, and I don't know what the injury was to see if he can get a medical. That's why I said. But I'm hoping.
I'm hoping too.
I'm hoping that this year didn't count as nothing. You know, whatever it is,
because I think he ain't. Just my personal opinion, kind of being biased. I don't think he got a fair shake at. Being like I seen a game he get in, score 5 straight points, and then coach take him out and don't put it back in, and I'm like, damn, I can see if he like was out there on bullshit, but man, teach his own, man.
Coach, the coach did an interview yesterday. It was kind of weird.
He weird.
Yeah, you seen the drawing I'm talking about?
No, I ain't see it, but he's weird. I seen his interviews when he was at Maryland.
So he did a halftime interview. I think it was halftime, and they was like, well, what do you need to do to stop the other team from transition or something like that? I think the question was. I'm talking about halftime on the court, the girl asking him the other day, he's like, I need to fire all my assistant coaches. That's what I need to do. I need to fire every one of my assistants. So that was another coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he came back around and said it
was a joke. Like in his post-game joint, he said it was a joke.
It was a joke. Yeah, I saw that.
Listen, man.
But I don't know him. I don't know if that's his sense of humor. I don't know if that's how he plays. But it just seemed off.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I don't want to forget him. I know,
Yeah, it's about Zion. I'm talking about Zion. I'm talking about the kids.
Like he weird, but and then it's like that situation was weird, but it was like perfect. You went to a coach that's damn near the same player as you.
Right.
He got all the trust in you.
Right, but we knew going into the process that he was under recruited.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that he went to a place where he was actually able to show that.
Yeah.
Just like the young boy.
Like Kavir.
Right.
Kendrick.
Right.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah,
he killed.
Yeah, he gonna do what he's supposed to do in the portal this year, just because.
$500,000+ coming.
Oh, damn.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Bro, NIL is like, he's rookie of the year, player of the year, damn near won the championship. They only played 6 people, 7 at most, and the 7th guy played 2 minutes a game. Nice. He's playing 37, 38 minutes a game. He's leading the league and scoring. Like, he's doing a lot, bro.
Right.
Now imagine him on a team with a little bit more time. No disrespect to them.
Right.
Because Ernest played well. Todd Dorsett played well. I don't know the other kid name, the white shooter, but they played well. But imagine him at a school with 6'10" guy that can run the floor like a deer and dunk that shit and block shots and get you out. You know what I mean?
But you got to get into the right situation because I don't know.
Facts.
I'm not gonna say I know Shaheen Holloway at all because I don't. But I watched Shaheen play.
Right.
I watched him play in high school. I watched him play at Seton Hall. He put the ball in Bud's hand the way he wanted the ball put in his hand when he was at Seton Hall.
Yeah,
so he allowed him to do. So you got to go somewhere. He went to Merrimack. They allowed him to do that. If he goes to a bigger school, yeah, the initial payday might be there, but knock on wood, it don't work out like the Zion situation worked out where it was weird. Like, what was he? 18 at Temple, something like that.
He went from barely playing to averaging like 14. I want to say 13 is a change.
Somewhere around there.
Right. Yeah. But me personally, I wanted them to go to see all together. I felt like that was a good situation.
Right.
Both of them.
Right.
But
might get it next year.
I mean, you never know what they say to you when you're in that meeting. And that's the difference. I think the coach told him some good stuff, and he had Zion brought in. And I ain't saying it like that. I think the injury played a big part in Zion's situation because he got hurt and they was on a roll.
Right.
But I feel like you could have found minutes.
Right. You
know what I mean? You could have gave him maybe 10, 11 minutes a game. And once he found his foot, and then we figured it out from there. But
me as a parent, I wouldn't want that. Here's why I wouldn't want that.
Right.
Because the game is bigger than what it was when we played.
Right.
First thing you just said was NIL.
That's a fact.
You're not going to rate me out a year.
Right.
For 10. I can redshirt for all that, bro.
But you got to remember that not just saying, damn near 95% of the college kids are getting paid. There's some guys that get paid to never play.
Listen,
what I'm saying?
I know a lot of. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it's a business decision on the school's behalf and on my behalf. Right. That if I'm not in the rotation, to keep me out of the rotation because that's going to further my eligibility.
No, I respect that,
yeah.
And I'm not mad at that. But I look at it, you got to play devil's advocate. If I'm paying you, let's just say $100,000.
Right. Oh no, listen.
It's your job.
Yeah.
Show up.
Yeah. I'm not saying I get that.
Right.
But also, you running a business, you gotta take a loss sometimes.
Yeah, and you gotta have some compassion for people too.
I just think that if they could have assured him that he'd have been there for 3 years,
right?
I'm not saying they did or they didn't. Instead of 2 years, they will probably get a bigger return on investment because what sports has become now, especially in colleges, you grade it later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Them 23s and 24s and 25s is gold.
26.
They gold.
Listen, I know. Baker Lazard, he like 27 years.
Yeah, they go. Yeah.
So I know we touched on like the 2-on-5 swag, Swaghawks, everything of that sort. And you pivoted, maybe sort of with the 7v7.
So no, not really. It's all the same. 7-on-7 football is basically AAU.
For football.
For football. That's all it is. It's travel, tournament, football. As opposed to playing travel, tournament, basketball. It's pretty much the same thing. It's a natural kind of evolution of where the game is going in terms of football right now. Football, probably over the course of the last 30 years, every year, every team is passing more than he did. So not only does your pass defense have to be better, but also your passing attack has to be better. So getting kids out in passing leagues is only going to help their development. So whether you're talking about 10, 11, 12-year-olds, or you're talking about juniors, sophomores, and seniors in high school, rising ones, it's only going to help. And then to just take that a step further, 77 is kind of real parallel to flag. They're not the same. The rules are not the same, but the rules are very similar. Flag in LA at the Olympics in 28, flag's going to be a sport. It's a sport. They've already voted into things like that. So there's a lot of things.
Flag is a collegiate sport.
That's great.
Women's flag is a collegiate sport. Men's flag will be a collegiate sport very soon. But like I said, it's an Olympic sport now as well. So just having kids who recognize and can understand the game, but they may not be as, especially a quarterback, he might not have the arm talent to push the ball 65 yards, but he may have the arm talent to push the ball 40 yards. And it'll allow that kid to showcase his skill a little better in that environment.
Now, not to cut you off, right? So we know with AAU, you get all kinds of coaches coming and recruiting. Does that dynamic work the same way for the 7v7, or is it like specific places that you got to be for that to be there?
So specific places, a lot of times where you have to be for that. The just like with AAU basketball, we'll say AAU, but really there's a pecking order,
right,
in terms of the way things go.
Okay,
like you have your you say Nike, EY,
right,
it's probably,
EYBL,
yeah, and then everybody else falls in the place you're liable to see more coaches at Nike's event than probably you would be somebody else's event.
Right.
But we all know it's not how many see you, it's who saw you.
Yes.
And who liked you.
That's a fact.
So you could be a kid playing in the third gym in the back, doing your thing, and the coach walk in and he can work with that.
Right.
It might not be, Big Blue State. It might be Itchy Witchy State.
Right.
But the foot right now, you just want to get your foot in the door.
And that's the perfect situation for you.
For
Like you just said with Bud and Merrimack and
right.
Yeah.
Right. And be able to get in the door, get your foot in the door, a coach that trusts you to do those things. So with 7-on-7 football, I've seen kids personally in my own eyes get offered to different things. A lot of times, as an organization, I coach with the 2-on-5 playmakers. We're on the battle circuit where this area's battle team,
right,
kind of the same way that finals this area's Nike's team.
Yeah.
We make it a point to, especially with our high school kids, a lot of time college visits.
Right.
In the midst of our tournaments, like every King weekend, kind of Martin Luther King weekend, our tournament's normally in Miami, and we have a really good relationship with Coach Cristobal down there.
That's fire.
So this year we actually couldn't do the Miami visit because they were in the national championship game a couple days later, so the whole campus was shut down. But we're able to go to a couple other schools like we normally do when we get down there. Like Miami is like the crown jewel of Southern Florida.
Right.
But there's some other really good schools out there. Like one of my favorites out there is FAU.
Right.
Florida Atlantic. Right. Just imagine Florida Atlantic's football stadium is here. You know where we at right now, Dunkin' Donuts. It's the ocean. The ocean,
that's
right?
For the Gulf Coast.
And it's in Broward County. It's a lot of money in Broward County. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a good one. FIU is a good one. And there's a I'm gonna get it wrong. I think it's Florida Memorial.
I know that.
Florida Memorial is an HBCU in Miami. It's like I think the only one that far south or whatever. Crazy story. I want to say 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we're down in Miami. I probably got like 50 kids with us. I forget the coach's name. Damn, I can't remember his name. He's from up here. He played in the league for a little bit in the NFL. And I can't remember his name. I think he went to George Washington. So hit him up. He's coaching at Florida Memorial. He's like, no, come on, bring the kids through. They did their thing. They said some good words to the kids. They took us on a real good tour. This, that, and the third. We coming out of their meeting room, so we going into the gym. I hear, Coach Dub. I'm like, what the hell is this going? I turn around, and it's Darius Ward. Darius Ward, I think he's playing at Grambling this year. I coached Darius. He's one of my first basketball teams.
Oh wow!
Youth basketball teams that I coached. Darius is on. So I coached Darius might be like 10, 11, and 12.
I didn't even know he went. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Darius played when I coached the Down Eagles. He was there.
Right. I didn't know he was.
He went to Florida Memorial.
I didn't know that.
I'm like, the hell you doing down here? He's like, I go to school here. I'm like, you never know who you run into like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be on different. That doesn't happen. I'm not gonna say that happens all the time. You're on different campuses and stuff like that. And you bump into kids that you heavy they coach against, and something like that. And it's a pretty cool experience to see them
That's fire.
at that stage in life. Because I think he went to, I want to say he went to Drexel.
He went
from San Diego first.
I think it might have been LaSalle, Drexel.
It might have been LaSalle.
That's what it was at.
It was LaSalle.
He went. I can't remember where else he went.
I think he was somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, like somewhere strange, not strange, but different.
Yeah. But yeah, Darius, a kid who I coached early on.
Right. That's crazy.
And I think Darius was, and his father and his mother were what I said. Like Darius was delusional enough to believe it could happen. Right. But his father was a little bit delusional, but he saw the plan.
Right.
Whereas the other people might have said, like, we're not going to a school like Sankofa.
Right.
When he went there, Sankofa was loaded. I forget the other kid they had there, Tyson kid, probably about.
I know you're talking about. They kind of similar.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they were loaded at that point. They had Kobe. I think Kobe wound up. He was the point guard. He wound up going like the Lancaster Bible College. Yeah, I know. I can't remember his name right now either, but yeah, he had a good college career.
Yeah.
Played some really good schools. I think his last game was like in the either the SWAC championship or something like that. I know he was playing with Grambling this year.
Right. Damn, that's about it.
With the 77 football, was there any like coming from how you was running it with the youth org and then with Alny, which we didn't really tap into that.
High school?
Yeah, in high school, coaching them, then going to 77. Is there any big difference for you?
The difference, to be honest, the difference is skill level.
Right.
Like the skill level of the teams that we're playing, and the kids that we have on our team, because it's an all-star team, their skill level is through the roof. But you run into sometimes kids who you can look at, be like, league.
Yeah, that's
like I remember playing against, and I think we won the tournament that year. No, we didn't win it. I think we won it the next year. We played in Battle Vegas, out in Vegas, and the first time in person, I saw Zachariah Branch. Either one of y'all know who Zachariah Branch is?
Heard the name.
So he went to USC for 2 years. And then this past year he played for Georgia.
Okay. I know you're talking about.
And he was killing. Like you can see that obviously this was
either one.
He's somebody that's going somewhere. So you see your Jeremiah Smiths and your
y'all played against him?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he was either South Florida Express or Raw.
Right.
You know, it's not an excuse like that. They just haven't. Weather is on their side.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some really good teams in those areas.
Right.
So like I said, South Florida Express, the Raw, DEFCON, things like that. You're playing against those teams, and that level of athlete,
they stand out like a sore thumb.
They stand out like a sore thumb. We're playing against them. So even when you talk about like bootleggers, New Orleans, DEFCON Houston, I'm shouting at everybody right now. Each one teach one.
Right.
I think they're in Detroit. I think that's Detroit. Level 82 is Baltimore. Torrey Smith's team. I think Torrey played for the Eagles. And
I remember Torrey
played for
the
the
49ers too.
Yeah. Rap, my man Rap in DC. He's got a team. I'm just trying to name like teams that are just affiliated with. But then you get your eye will fool you because sometimes you play a team like a low pro.
Right.
And low pro is like, they might come out like a bunch of shorter Polynesian kids, stuff like that. That motherfuckers play. Yeah. Like, they out there moving. They done flew to Hawaii from Hawaii to bust your ass. like you ain't playing no game. Like you talk about what your trip costs, and remember these plane things, they came from Hawaii. How many time zones away from that?
Right.
Well, football is the racial disparity between football and basketball is crazy because like the majority of the time, the majority of the black kids are going to be the best players in the gym. With football, it don't matter.
Oh, yeah. You want to get. You want a lot of times with football, of course, you know, you got to win the genetic jackpot for most sports.
Yeah.
But football, a lot of times, you're going to get in what you get out what you put in. Same thing with basketball, you can get out what you put in, but you could be a specialist a little more in football than you can at basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's only so many minutes a guy is gonna get who can just be DeAndre Drummond.
Right.
Because they're saying Andre Drummond, they're saying the game has changed away from him.
Yeah.
So you're not giving him or Okafor or something like that a chance.
Right.
Whereas though if you're a run stopping defensive tackle, that's you run stopping. If you a pass rush DN, I'm a pass rush DN.
Yeah, that's one of the most important jobs.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep returning. That's it's like specialized things. So yeah, that's what I would say about 7-on-7. The game is fast. There's a 20-second play clock. Most 7-on-7 leagues have just pass, and some of them have run as well. I prefer the ones that run. It keeps the linebackers honest,
right,
and things like that. But you can find it's on NFL Network now.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, you never seen the NFL Network? 7-on-7, OT7. OT7, they have overtime elite.
Yeah.
They have OT7, which is basically 7-on-7. That's what 7 stands for. They have the same thing. It's this year in Dallas in April and May, I do believe, and the championship is in June. Then if you watch it, you're gonna see people who got some money to spend. Quavo got a team. This person got a team. That person got a team. Gunner got a team. You know what I mean? They
putting it out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the AU thing.
Cam Newton got a team.
Yeah, and Cam Newton.
You see Cam's speech when they lost in Miami?
No, I was just sitting here rumbling.
Rumbling. Have you ever stand next to Cam Newton?
He is bigger than most defensive ends that play in the NFL.
I don't know what these dudes was thinking.
Yeah, I'm by far not a sucker, but he's not in a picky battle.
Like Cam, by any stretch of the imagination, the ball is a small guy.
He's not a normal human being
at all.
He's like a mutant.
He's
like
every
LeBron.
bit of. He might be 2 inches shorter, but the same everything.
Yeah. Right. But tell you who else is like that? Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
And Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
Fucking huge, bro.
Yeah.
I said, what the? I seen Joe Johnson. I was in Atlanta in the club, and I'm like, God damn, he do not look like he's 6'9", 230 on TV.
Yeah.
Iguodala calf muscle was this big. I said, what the fuck?
And you wonder how he jumping all over the gym like that. That's showing you right there.
But then you'll see somebody like Steph and be like I ain't know Steph was that tall, but like he is a little scrawny dude. Like he be killing.
Buckets.
Yeah.
But we played. So we took 2 teams out of Miami this past year, and one of our teams would have played Cam Newton's team at maybe like the round of like 16 or something like that. But Cam's team that lost prior to that. Oh man!
Sorry.
Episode 1, you ain't gonna get this nowhere else. Episode 1.
Sorry, y'all.
We're gonna get a phone jar, man. Every time that phone go off,
damn it!
Drop some money.
It's episode 1.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But his team had lost, and he gave a really good speech. You know what I mean about what it costs. He was like, I spent 25 bands on this job. Like, you might not understand what $25,000 is at this point in your life, but I think he said, take care of your mama. Like, he kept 100 with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he got 1,000 kids, so that's taking money food out of the.
And that's kind of what he was saying. But he didn't think the kids played hard enough,
right,
for what he put out financially.
So he kind of gave him the Brad Bill speech.
Yeah, but just a different approach. Yeah, just
I spend the money, not y'all can't take my job.
Right.
I spend my money.
Yeah. So it was that type of situation. But I literally was, if the camera was there, I was Cam. Me and Coach Riley was like walking by, stop for a second, just listen to what he was saying, and we just kept it pushing. But I was that, and I heard him talking to him because sometimes the monotony of tournament play and things like that. We've all been around people who feel like they was entitled to be somewhere, and you didn't took time off of work, spent money, got a hotel, this, that, and third, and motherfuckers ain't playing hard.
That's a fact. I've been there.
Yeah, the motherfuckers ain't playing hard. You like, yo, I don't know what y'all think this is. Right. And he was just on. That was on regular time. Like, I don't know what y'all think this is. Like, I put money into this.
Right.
I put money into this.
Time.
Yeah. I took it all the time. I go hard for mine. I got
my name on y'all jersey.
My name is on your jersey. I go hard for every little penny I come across. You know what I mean? So y'all know, like I said, I'm putting that out.
Right.
All kids have played for me before.
Yes.
I'm putting it out because it's something that I like to do. I'm not complaining because I ultimately reached in my pocket and decided to do it.
Right.
But at the same time, we ain't got to win everything.
Right.
We got to play with some effort. They got to know they was in the game.
Right. We gotta compete.
So for me, last question, because I know we've been long-winded, right? So what's the future of the Swaghawks?
Oh, real quick,
I'm
my
sorry.
bad. Can I get one? I'm sorry, brother.
Okay.
Just within you, throughout your years, and probably how many years you feel like you've been working with the youth?
For probably about, like, consistently, like 15.
About 15 years. So
Right.
you
Consistently.
you've reached out to kids, and kids, they've known you, and I know now, of course, more than ever, is a lot more violence within the youth, and kids is going down, they're passing on, and they got the whole stigma, the YN stigma, and everything like that. What's your stance, or how do you feel about that now? I know we've talked about it before, and this is before things got crazy in regards to, hey, they in the gym with me for X amount of time.
Right.
And outside of that, you try to keep them as long as you can, and then they get outside, and then it's, whatever that happens after that. But what's your how you feeling about that? I know you had a lot of kids that came through your org, and we ain't putting no names out or anything, but just how there are like kids that now that they might not play sports now, and they might be on a different thing. So
with all aspects of life, I like to let everybody know, not just kids, that everybody can't go. Right? Everybody is not running the same race, right? And everybody is not on the same time. What parents have to do a better job of is understanding that, especially kids that play sports at a young age, when and if your kids stop playing sports, you have to occupy that time with something else.
Thanks.
So because they're so used to being on kind of a regimented schedule, so now they got free time. Right. So they might be getting to the age of 13, 14, and I see it happening with kids that play multiple different sports. It doesn't matter what it is: baseball, basketball, football. It may have been fun for them in their younger age group, but it may not be fun anymore because of the genetic jackpot. Right. Some kids start maturing faster than others. Some kids get a little testosterone before others, and especially with a sport like football was a collision sport. You have some people, they say, he tapped out. I don't want to play no more. I'm just beating the shit out of him. Like he 106 pounds, and everybody on his team is 215. Like, he don't want to play no more.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
But you have to, as a parent, guardian, whatever it is, you have to find something that fills their time. I'm not telling you that they got to pick up another sport. I'm not telling you that they got to pick up a trade, a violence, something, but they just can't be wandering in the streets because you knew where they were at before, and now you don't. And one of the bigger mistakes that I see a lot of parents make, and it's all over the city. You know what I mean? Where he at? He at the rec. Doing what?
Yeah, did you see him there?
Doing what? What's he doing at the rec?
Right. What's at the rec?
What's at the rec? Like, what's he doing? What's he doing? So in that regards, everybody can't go. You got to know your child. You might be able to send your child to the rec, but he been a latchkey kid for X amount of years. He been at the rec by himself for the last 6 years.
Right.
Whereas though you gonna have a newbie going to the rec and he don't really know the lay of the land and what he doing and stuff like that. Right. So you gonna get yourself caught up in something that you don't know about because he been here. This kid's been coming to the rec for years and he got beef with this, that, and the third. Now you have to know your kids' time, where they fit at in the structure of that time, and know that they're running their own race. Because my kid was able to do something doesn't mean that your kid's gonna be able to do it at the same time. Yeah. Not that they won't grasp it, not that they won't get better at it, but just be a parent and realize that that's what you have to do for yours. I don't think enough of us take that into account with the kids when they get to a certain age.
Right. I think I'm going through that now. I think that's part of the reason why I have issues with Jordan. It's like he got cheated out of a lot of time because a lot of time got invested in his life.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of got pushed to the side. I just thought about that. So I think that's,
but
I'm
that's
glad you said that.
but that's kind of full circle to our beginning of our questions. Why I said I didn't want, like,
because you're taking away from somebody.
I'm taking away from somebody. Like, people do the best that they can
Mm-hmm.
to treat all their kids equally, but especially when you're the oldest sibling, you know, a lot of times you'll get poured into, right, a little more than the others a lot of times. But at the same time, the responsibility factor can crush you.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the stuff that you got to do for your younger siblings. So, you know, it's kind of a full circle back to the beginning of the pod.
Definitely.
Right. That's crazy. I ain't, like, when you mentioned that, it's like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's just a timing thing. Every kid is different. And I'm telling you from somebody who doesn't have multiples, but I've coached multiple different personalities. You know what I mean? And there are kids who need a hug when some kids need their butt kicked.
Yeah.
Some kids I have to talk to softly. There's other ones I got to yell at it as loud as I can because they're going to receive it different ways. And I remember one time I was coaching it, and Don came up to me. He was like, "You kind of got it on easy street right now," because I was coaching that same group of kids y'all talking about, and I was sitting down the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You don't even get up and yell no more."
Yeah.
I didn't yell. I did all my yelling. I told him all the time, "Shut me up."
That was definitely the stigma with you always yelling.
Shit.
Listen,
You already know that's two of us.
I tell everybody, "Shut me up." You don't want me to yell,
right.
But I'm coaching loudly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not demeaning the kid.
Say it again.
I'm not demeaning the kid at all. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not calling him out his name. I'm correcting him for the 10th time.
Right.
That's why I'm saying it so passionately and so loud.
Y'all listening to the volume and not the message.
I'm correcting him and trying to get him to understand what I'm asking him to do. Mm-hmm. That's it. There was no disrespect, no malice. None of that went into it. That's just how we in a gym. I can't whisper to you
at all.
You know what I mean? I have to talk over everything that's going on, and I got to make sure that not only you hear me, but you
understand
me.
Right.
That part right there. Yeah. Every single thing.
If I'm emphasizing it, then you understand
where it's coming from. So you know. Yeah. And I used to tell that another story with that. If my son was doing something well, what you gonna say now, Deb? What you gonna say now? Nothing. No, I'm not gonna say nothing. He shut me up. Like all I'm asking you to do. All I'm asking you to do is shut me up.
That's it.
I tell everybody.
Shut me up. I ain't got nothing to say.
I got nothing to say to him that I ain't never said.
Yeah.
So
shut me up.
Soft shit. We ain't doing that.
You don't want to hear my voice as a player? I'm not asking you to be perfect. Because no one is. I'm not. I've lost games that I've coached. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's been my fault. I'm man enough to accept that. The kids, especially younger kids, they never really lose a game. But you have to be able to just convey your message to them.
Right.
Like I said, some kids you gotta yell to. Some you gotta put your shoulder around. And I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. My homie Just. We worked together like salt and pepper. They'll say they was my teams, but they were our teams. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a year that I wasn't coaching those age groups that he wasn't there coaching with me. Mm-hmm. So there were times where kids could talk to him because he had a different relationship with them than I did.
Right.
And it wasn't because we liked the kids differently or something like that, but he was always the softer hand and I was always the harder hand. Mm-hmm. So some kids needed the softer hand.
Yeah, I ain't had that.
So yeah, I'm just saying some kids needed the softer hand. I know for a fact he would fuck with him. Fuck Coach Dell said, just go out there and da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, right. You know what I mean? But I never took that any type of way because he was doing what he needed to do to get the message through to the kids. So it was never, even when I started the Swaghawks, that's what we doing. So there's Jarrell's mom, his dad, Emilio's dad, Just, and myself. It was kind of, you seen me out front, but that's kind of, I started with those kids right there. Yeah. I started with those kids right there, and that was kind of it. And I didn't know Just prior to sports. He just seen me out on the field one day working my son up.
Right.
He was like, I can put my son back? Yeah, you can bring your son back. I think it was 6.
Yeah.
You can bring me back.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. Like it went from, you can be out here tomorrow? I'll be out here tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Sports
decent.
definitely make you again some lifelong friend.
Shout out Just, man. Shout out Emilio too, man.
Just the sneaker king, man.
Shout y'all out, man. That's decent, man. So you got the floor, but I didn't mean to interrupt your motion.
I know we gonna have to wrap it up in a second.
Yeah,
because I gotta, but as far as the Swaghawks, like where we going with it? Like, are we gonna get back to what it used to be as far as, because back in the day, we had every age group.
Yeah, that thing rolled. Yeah, rolled.
And, did you grow out of it as Baby Dell got older and went to college, or?
So I did, but I didn't. Right? So I'm man enough to admit that you can't serve 2 masters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You kind of get pulled different ways, and my primary objective is always going to be, I got to make sure my son is steered and going in the right direction before I can branch back out and do something else. Quiet as kept, I had 4 basketball teams this year.
Right.
I just didn't coach any of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just didn't. Right now, they ain't spooky me.
Right.
Playing. I'm not coaching those. Any of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just what it is.
Right.
But I will be back to coaching basketball full time, starting this fall. For sure.
Right.
For sure, I'll be back this time. They'll be opening up. And again, a lot of the rec centers I were using were closed for construction all at the same time. You know what I mean? Shout out to Fletch. He's at Finley right now. He's one of the reasons why I'm at Houseman. You know what I mean? But I still have time at Houseman, but just in terms of like Ollie Rec, I was there on Tuesdays forever. Ollie Rec been closed for 6 years for renovation.
Damn.
6 years. You talking about my son about to graduate from college? He wasn't even in high school.
I ain't right past
6, 7 years. Ollie Rec. It's been closed all that time.
Is Longcrest still closed?
Longcrest still closed too. Longcrest will be open. Longcrest might be open the same time Ollie Rec is open, but Longcrest just closed last year.
Right. Shout out Miss Pat.
Yeah, shout out Miss Pat. Yeah, RP Miss Pat. Yeah, but just in terms of where I want to take, where I want to build on to what we've already done. Basketball has always been a big part of it, as well as football. But what I don't want to be is doing what I see a lot of people do now. I'm not arguing over kids. I'm not inboxing nobody, mom or dad.
Right. PlayStation 4 and all that.
I'm coaching to walk through the door, and that's how I kind of always, or what I attract.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
that's
as fathers, as parents, whatever I was doing in the gym at the time attracted you to sign your kid up.
Right.
It wasn't me hitting your line.
Right.
Well, you
coaxing you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't turn you down, but at the same time, I wasn't. I'm just not that guy.
Right.
I got too much going on. This is a R-rated podcast.
Bombs out there.
Listen. You know I got my lines and my sayings. I say right. One of my lines and my sayings I say, they ain't gonna never stop fucking. It's always gonna be kids.
That's a fact.
It's always gonna be kids. Y'all fight over the same 6 kids instead of trying to put some development into another kid. They not gonna look at these cameras. They not gonna stop fucking. It's always gonna be more kids. So you gotta you know, am I telling the truth? Like it's always gonna be more kids.
And if you really want to coach, you're gonna take whatever kid walking the door.
Yeah, like that's what I'm like. I've lost by big numbers. I won by big numbers.
Right.
Like that's not what I'm in it for. That's not what I was in it for from the beginning. I do it because I really like to do it. Mm-hmm. I enjoy my time doing it. That's where I'm not a drinker. I'm not a smoker. If I want to fuck up some money, I'm gonna start a basketball team. Right. Fuck up some money.
I miss it.
I'm going to do that. So in terms of sports wise, I'm not going to do baseball or t-ball anymore. Right. I'll do tackle all-star teams, 7-on-7 all-star teams, and baseball. I'm assuming not baseball. Basketball fall, in winter leagues. And then Coach Farr, shout out to Coach Farr. Coach Farr has been doing an excellent job with the basketball. He's at all the practices. He's kind of running everything as far as that goes. But I'm not interested in fighting over kids. I'm not interested in, again, it's your kid. You do whatever you want. When I call practice, he playing for his other team that he can't come, I'm cool. He can't play for me.
Right.
Because then you won't come to the game, and then you won't want to play in the game. But then you can't come to practice. Nobody on earth time is more important than mine.
Right.
That's how I feel. I'm at that stage of my life. So if I could take it out of my day to be at practice from whatever time to whatever time, and I don't got a horse in the race, I don't got no kids, here, just that and third, you could be at practice.
Right.
I mean, it don't get no more simple than that.
Yeah.
Now, this is if me. I want to make this the last question. Looking back at everything that you've done over the years and all the things that you've accomplished, right? If you had an opportunity to go back and talk to your, I'll say 23-year-old self prior to you having baby Dell and you becoming an adult, what would you tell yourself, the one piece of advice that you would give to yourself right
now? So advice or things I would change, because those are two different things.
Well, you can't go back and change it, but you could give yourself a piece of advice that would put you down a path to change something that you don't like the way that it went, or something that you felt like you could have done better at.
I'm very critical of myself as a father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I think that's all I'm going to leave here.
Right.
Like I'm watching. I think you might have seen my post. Maybe I said, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah.
The other day, did y'all see that?
No, I think I did see it.
So again, I'm it's a long-winded answer to the question, but Quincy Jones' kids just sold his royalties, right? 2 months ago they put his Bel Air mansion up for sale.
Right.
They've been dead a year. Tina Turner, they announced yesterday her royalties is being sold. Like these people, a person like Quincy Jones went through a lot in his life to be able to own
and pass that down to y'all.
Own the masters to all that Motown shit, to all that Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he was a perfect man. I'm not saying he was a perfect father. I'm not saying any of that stuff. What I'm saying is his kids sold it.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
He left y'all in a perfect situation. Y'all
could have not sold it and still probably made $100 million a year.
Because you still get the royalties off of it.
They probably $50 million a year that y'all splitting or whatever. But y'all just want to be done with it. Wow. So I'd say it's a long-winded question. I would wait, and I said this earlier. I would wait a few more years until, because I think that would allow me to be a better father,
right,
and be at a different place in life to me. Whereas though in those younger years, I'm not ripping and running the way I was, and just be more present. And again, I was present. I was there. I never missed nothing.
Right.
But if I could go back and tell 23-year-old me, it'd be the same thing I tell all these kids that I either coach football with in high school or see at their college games. Because I go to college games. I'm popping up on campuses. I do all this stuff with kids. Not every kid, but some of the kids who I coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll be at a couple spring games this year. East Stroudsburg spring game, Virginia spring game, a couple other games. I'll see in a couple weeks. I'll be out Pittsburgh for the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Eric can get drafted. Eric played for the Northwest Raiders.
Right.
For the Baltimore tall Eric. Yeah, Northwest Raiders played for Arizona State and USC. He played playmakers.
Right.
707. So hopefully I'll see Eric out there and he'll get drafted. Tyreek Chappelle, he played basketball for me, but he always played football for Oxford Circle.
Right.
He played at Judge for a year, Northeast. He's been at A&M the last few years. I'm in the airport a year ago, flying to Houston. Coach down. It's his dad.
Wow.
Rick on his way up right now. He's checking his dog in down TSA. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I'm real critical of the way, you know, I kind of did things, but I would want that time,
right, just
to mature on my own behalf,
right,
just a little bit more, and to be maybe a little bit more of a homebody.
right.
Because at 25, you're still doing your thing.
Right, you in it now. At 25, it's like
Yeah,
you at that age. That's a like a key age. That's right before 30, and it's like you still moving around.
You still travel. You want to travel a little more.
Right, you feeling
get
yourself
those things out because as a responsible adult, you know, when you have a kid, it kind of transfers from your wants to their needs.
Everything that they
from your wants to their needs. So I would have. But now I'm on the other side of that, bro. I'm what they call an empty nester.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chilling.
Like I'm what they call an empty nester. Like I told you, when I walk in the house,
the
remote is where I left it at.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you hit the reset button, bro. You turn the original Nintendo on and off.
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So that's what I would tell 23-year-old me is to do two things. Invest a little more and try to get past 30 before you doing what you do. But like I tell the kids, strap up. Mm-hmm. I'm not naive enough to know that these young boys not having sex. I tell them they fucking. I tell them this all the time. Just make sure you got a condom on, because you can do whatever you want until you have a baby.
Yeah.
Then it's over.
That's a whole different dynamic.
It's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. I'm not naive enough to tell. I don't tell them because they can lie to my face. Oh, well, I'm not doing nothing, coach. That's just my friend. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Fuck out of here. Like,
I was your age before, kid.
Yeah, fuck out of here. I had that.
Everybody just your friend.
Yeah, no. So that's what I would tell my younger self is to chill on that regard and stack a little more paper.
We appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
we gotta do a part 2.
We gotta do a part 2.
It's so many things that we didn't get to touch on, but
yeah, we'll do a part 2. We'll set up. Definitely. So maybe this will be episode 1.0.
Yeah, we'll come
and then we'll
around.
do I don't know, episode 2.0.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to set it up to where we pull up on you in your element, so that everybody can see what you know what I mean. The real movement behind everything that you've been talking about the whole time.
You got anything to say? Any last things? You got your camera, man.
No, I just want to shout out everybody who is doing it for the right or the wrong reasons. I mean, there are not enough. I can say this because we live in the inner city. There are not enough black men out here coaching our kids. There are a lot of them, but there are way more in the stands. You know what I mean? So you might see a basketball coach with, 2 coaches, a team with 2 coaches. They can use 4 more. You might see a football team with 5 coaches. They can use 4 more. And you don't have to be the most articulate person. You don't have to know the most about the game. Especially at the younger ages, they need somebody to help tie these kids' shoes, help with their chin straps, make sure they got a mouthpiece, make sure all this stuff is on. That go a long way. So if you have free time, go to your local rec center, and walk around and ask how you can help, how you can volunteer. There are a lot of different. I think almost every neighborhood has 2 or 3 teams, whatever your specialty is, and even if you don't know much about sports, but let's say you know a lot about etiquette. Kids need help with that. They need help with their etiquette. Let's say, look, I'm not a sports guy, but I'm real good at math. They need help with tutoring. So whatever. It's
something that you can do.
It's something you can do to volunteer your time, because that's what this is. It's volunteer work. With every rec center in the city is looking for somebody to help volunteer. Go there and help out. Help out. Try to find a way as a black man to give back. Because what I didn't realize is that when I was a kid and I was being coached, there was somebody missing meals with their family to coach me. I didn't look at it like that until I was the one missing meals with my family to coach. So that's what you actually doing. You actually people out here, sacrificing portions of their life, livelihood, and peace of mind. Especially if you got a lady at the crib, a peace of mind from being at these fields and at these gyms and stuff like that. So if you can. And it don't have to be as consistent as you think. A coach gonna take 1 day a week of good help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna take 2 days a month at good help. Whatever you can give to help out, it'll be appreciated.
People that come, bring your kid, you sit out there and watch the practice, help.
If you can. Some people have an anxiety about things like that.
Right.
Some people don't want to coach because they realize that they're overcoaching their kids.
Right.
I'm cool with all that. I'm not telling you got to do them things. But if you can,
I got enough age before you, don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you can, go ahead.
Man, well, we appreciate you, Dell, man. You a GOAT in my eyes, brother.
Appreciate it, dog.
You do great things.
I ain't bring no flowers.
Man, you got me coaching out of the blue, take me out the stereo. Come on, I'm trying to be a dad. I got my camera. I'm focus. I got my camera, you know what I mean? I'm recording Jay, but you know, I always felt the vibes. I always felt what you was doing. It was great stuff. So I appreciate you and you here doing this first episode. It's only right. So
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love, brother.
And they say like, share, subscribe.
Listen, like, share, subscribe.
Ding, ding, ding.
Like, share, subscribe. Everything will be underneath. You'll get my socials to my org. You'll get the socials for these guys right here.
Absolutely.
And
Go follow everybody.
Shout out to y'all.
What you say? I got one for you. I see you looking what you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like that's
shout out to my co-host, Chef Rico, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Kyle that was here helping us out.
Yeah, we executed the vision, man. That's one of the dopest things.
Shout
we
out
talked about this for a long time.
This is 4 years in the making, folks. So please believe this first episode means a lot. I don't care if we get 1 to 1 million views. This means so much. So again, thank you, Coach Dell. Thank you for my dog, Rico.
Shout out to
hopping on here doing this with me, and it's up. So this is Get to Know.
Episode 1. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, go to the bed, follow social media. All of that's going to be underneath.
Everywhere you need to see it at, it's going to be there for you.
It's all right. Oh, it's a little.
Thank you, man.
We definitely got to